I can hear it. I'm telling you, I can.
What's wrong?
It's hurting them.
What the fuck is going on? Hey, Sarah, talk to me.
The man in yellow, quite a calm and violent fellow. What's with the stick, the dress, and the case? Do any of those things get you out of this place? From vile nightmares, mysteries to solve. Who is the man plaguing this town? Dead friends, loved ones, strange voices on the phone. A radio tower made from hope. A storm came in and crashed it down. And crashed it down. The man in yellow, what a strange fellow. Shifting, haunting, is he deal making? Jim didn't listen, now his throat is missing. Why you digging that hole?
No, got it, no, fucking get it now!
From vile nightmares, mysteries to solve. Who is the man plaguing this town? Dead friends, loved ones, strange voices on the phone. A radio tower made from hope. A storm came in and crashed it down. Crashed it down. Clara is us.
And welcome everyone. I think it's Wednesday, right? Yeah, we're halfway through the week.
It is.
We're getting there. Welcome, and we're gonna hang out. And I guess it's kind of like a part 2 to our content creator. We got some folks that's supposed to join us tonight. We'll see if they make it. But if not, that's okay. We still have plenty of folks hanging out with us tonight, and we're gonna dive back into this week's episode. I know we touched on quite a bit. Dana had set up about 10 questions. I don't even remember if we got through all 10. So we still didn't quite get through all the bits of the episode. Like I said, there was some more dialogue, all kinds of things to really dive into with this. So that's what we're gonna do. We kind of had a format. We may not anymore. It might be just open discussion, as opposed to what we would normally do on a Monday night sort of round table.
Yes, life
you know,
happens. Sometimes
Nonetheless,
life happens.
we're here as a Fromily, and
Of
we're gonna
course.
see if there's any other bits to fit like that we can kind of put together with this week's episode. You know what they gave us. So again, welcome everyone, and welcome to the panel. Of course, we got my bestie, Miss Dana, who is setting up the bits, the giveaways, the cameos, and more. What's up, girl?
Doing good. Just on this rainy Wednesday, just trying not to lose my mind.
I know. Look, you know, it's tough out there all around, all the bits. But we'll make it. At least they won't break us, Dana.
No, they won't.
I know we feel broken sometimes, but that's okay.
Right?
We just need the rage room.
Right? There's some fuckery afoot. There's some fuckery afoot.
Right? I think we chose crowbar. I think I chose crowbar. I mean, I the bat is great, but that crowbar, I feel like you could really damage. I want the crowbar.
I could
Dana.
use a rage room right about now.
Right? That's going to be a question I'm going to ask all you guys in just a minute. Or actually, I'll do it as I go around. What would you choose, Dana? Crowbar or bat?
I think I'd have to go with Fatima. I have to go with the bat. Better. Think I'd have a better swing with a bat than a crowbar.
I don't know, that hit back though, when she hit the metal, the big metal, that was looked like it hurt her. And he laughed at her too. He thought it was cute.
Right?
I
But
don't know.
I think
All
I'd
right.
go with the bat.
All right, Dana's going with the bat. I try to talk her out of it, but she's holding firm. Just go with bat.
Right? I played some softball in my day. I think I'd be more equipped for the bat.
No, but that crowbar, I'm telling you, Dana, you get it in there right, you really can damage that metal. That's
But then it
okay.
could get stuck if it yeah, bat.
Maybe. Let's see what everybody else thinks. What's up, baby Clay? Everything broke down. How you doing tonight, man?
What's going on? I'm doing all right. Can't complain. How panel doing? How chat doing? What's going on?
Doing good. Doing good, man. Getting through the week, right? It'll be the weekend before we
Damn
know
right.
it, and we'll get a new episode, and we'll see some more bits. So I'm excited. What would you choose, my man? Are you going to be like Dana and Fatima here and go for the bat, or are you going to take that crowbar and give it a little love?
Oh yeah, I think I'm taking the bat in this situation. Let me get the bat, smash some windows, break some mirrors. I'm surprised she didn't go after Ellis with it. It kind of shocked the hell out of me for a minute.
That is true.
Take him out by the knee.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is true. Nice. All right. And Data and
I-
Mr.
but
Baby
did-
Clay.
I know this is probably nothing.
Mhm.
Is the car? Was that her car that she destroyed? Or was it
I
just a
thought
random
I
car?
think it's
No,
this
I
is
think
just the
she came in
junkyard.
in a little green VW bug
Yeah, yellow
or
or
a
green.
Volkswagen Beetle. I
It's
think.
sitting on the street in town.
Yeah, I thought this was just like where Victor
Oh, okay,
went to. It was
okay.
just the junkyard of cars. But I didn't even think about that. All right, so we got two bats. I'm still gonna stick with the crowbar. I don't care.
That
I
was
just
just
feel like
question.
I could
That's
really damage with the crowbar. We also got hanging out with us tonight, Mr. Captain Shriver. Welcome back, hon. Hope you're
Well,
doing
thank you
well.
for having me. And
Always.
I'm gonna go with the crowbar, the weight of the thing, and it's got a
Mhm.
claw on the end of it.
Yes.
So you get a bonus pulling. You get a bonus, And you're right. She should have went after her boyfriend. That's so funny. I love how you said that.
Elgin, when that went after her even.
Yeah, the weight of that crowbar would just smash that glass where the bat might not do it right away, depending how your swing is. But yeah, crowbar for me.
Nice. Yeah, and I'm definitely totally down for the fact that the both ends can be used for different things.
Exactly. Multi-use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's multifunctional tool. I enjoy it. Now, but hey, bat's still good. I'm not. You know.
Definitely. I played baseball in my day, so I totally understand the bat. Yeah.
But welcome, hun, and of course we got Mr. James from The Walking Dead Explained, our third host. But you're not the last host. You're the one that we would say. Well, I don't know. You're corrupted now. Damn it, Dana. He was the purest of us.
Right.
And then something happened with a robot. I don't.
No, I think
James.
it was the clown poem. You
Well,
told
we're
me
going to talk
earlier.
about that. Don't worry. Look, when we get through hellos, I'm going to talk about Fever After Dark's lineup. I found some good educational bits. James, you will get to explain to us the science behind it.
Right.
Love science time with James.
Right? I can't wait. But we're going to dive into that in just a minute. But what do you think? Bat, crowbar? What's your pick?
I think tomorrow or the next day I might say something different and just choose one however I'm feeling that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But in this moment,
This moment. How do you feel?
crowbar.
Oh, shit. Hell yeah. I'm digging it.
Well, what about you, Scarlett? What are you using?
Yeah, I'm using the crowbar.
You use the crowbar?
Yeah, I'm using the crowbar. Like I said, because it's heavier. I'm down for the crowbar. You smash more because again, it was like what I was saying. When she hit with the bat, there was that kind of recoil or whatever where you could, because a bat, when you hit a bat on metal, well, it's a wooden bat, so it's not as bad. But yeah, you definitely have that kind of vibration on your hands, and it can hurt your hands after a minute. But that crowbar can hurt your hands too. But I feel like it's gonna dent in better and you're not going to have as bad of a, what do you call that, James? You know, when it's vibrating in your hands from
It's
the
it's
force.
called vibrating in your hands.
No, I thought there was something like it's in physics. You know, like a scientific term or something. You know. But anyways, welcome everyone. And let's see who we have in our awesome chat tonight hanging out with us. We got Jackson. Oh, what's up, hun? First and foremost, welcome. And of course, we got our friendly neighborhood green spider, Dana. I love green spider. It's the only spider we have around here, I think. The spiders are the best. Look, spiders are actually really good. You shouldn't harm a spider. I mean, I'm not saying let it just hang out in your house, but try to like get it in a cup. Even the big ones. Look, I shouldn't have sprayed the banana spiders with what I did, but they was like 6 of them. That was a little too much.
If I can see the spider, I will.
I'll save it out. You know, I'll put it outside, but you know,
it's bad
there
luck
are some
actually to kill a spider in your house,
especially a little spider. Like the little green spider doesn't seem like it's a mean spider. It's a nice spider. What's up, Delcinia? Welcome. Welcome, Daryl. Happy to see you hanging out with us tonight. 10 days till the cabin attack. Ooh. 10 days. Episode 4 and 5 will be big ones. It looks like it. I really can't wait. Let's see. We got with Alice hanging out. What's up, hun? Welcome. We got Lee Bradley hanging out with us tonight. Welcome, hun. Thank you for hanging. And then Captain Shriver already coming in with the gifted memberships. I gotta go see who it is. Who is it?
FML.
FML, congratulations. Being the winner of a Fever membership for Mr. Captain Shriver. So we're going to go ahead and give it to you. It's getting it started early, folks. I love it. We need more embers. It makes the fire that
I
much
can
more
because
hotter.
I care. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Welcome to the fever dream. Fever, you're on fire. Welcome to the burning desire. I said fever. Join the party. We're burning all through the night.
Oh, I know I'm going to say this wrong again. Jehovahson? I hope I said that right. I apologize, but welcome. Man in Black. Yeah, Real is supposed to be here, supposedly, possibly. We will see.
Yes, he's most likely running late from the studio.
I know. I'm hoping that, like, because most likely he did get caught up. So I'm like, oh no. So, but he might be popping in at some point tonight. We're hoping. Hopefully, they didn't hold him up at the studio too long. Welcome, Yam. Yam Sandwich is back. I'm happy.
I love that name.
I know. It makes me giggle.
It does.
Welcome, everyone. That's right. Welcome all. But yes, so again, we're just going to dive into the episode, talk some theories and things. And then, of course, Friday night, we will have our normal Friday night fever, followed by our fever after dark. Oh, what's up to Thrifty Typewriter? Do you want...
Oh, it's awesome.
Data, if you are available, we possibly have openings tonight. Some folks haven't made it yet. Data will arrange it.
Yes, if you're not busy and you'd like to join, you're more than welcome to come on and just hang out with us. But Mr. Thrifty, will be on with us on Monday.
Yes.
I can't wait.
I know. It's on a good episode, too. So this is going to be really fun. I cannot wait to have you with us and talk. Because, I mean, just from the previews, it's looking pretty spicy.
Yes, he'll be joining us along with Miss K from For the Watch.
Nice. It'll be good. But yes, for Friday Night Fever, or rather for Fever After Dark, for all of our embers, I got to get used to saying that. For you guys, let me know again which clips from it doesn't have to be from the season, from any season. We've already gone over a few fun and spicy clips, but you guys let me know what you want. Otherwise, it will be at my discretion. But we do have a little teaser for you guys. It's educational. I don't know if you guys are familiar with tongue twisters, such as, Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear, all kinds of fun ones. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a specific one, but we're going to talk about it live that night.
Wait,
and it is
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear?
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear.
Oh yeah, that's an old
Fuzzy
one.
Wuzzy
That's a
had no
classic.
hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't Fuzzy Wuzzy.
That's a tongue twister.
Just wait till the one we have for Fever After Dark. And again, it is going to be called How Can a Clam Cram in a Clean Cream Can? You want to know how a clam can do this? Tune in to Fever After Dark. Become a member. You don't want to miss out on those bits. It's educational. It's an old Scottish tongue twister. I didn't make this shit up. It's real. James is gonna tell us the science behind it. Right, James? Aren't you excited?
I gotta get up early that next morning.
It's fine. No, we'll do it real early. It'll be first thing on the stream. No worries. Welcome, everyone.
You're stuck.
Gothic Chick,
You're
everybody,
stuck.
welcome. Sit and spin. That's appropriate, Dana.
It is. It really is. It really, really, really is. Sit and spin. You have no idea how much I want to utilize that. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
But yeah, so again, become a member so you guys can find out about the clam and the clean cream can. It's educational.
So has everybody seen the trailer? I finally got to watch the trailer.
Fabulous trailer. So awesome.
Because holy balls.
Wow, I know.
Right? Now you see what we were saying, Data. Like, it's like, it changed. Again, that's what I mean. If the boy in white was not there, and it was the man in yellow the whole time, and he just fucking concocted the boy in white as his best friend, I'm losing my fucking mind. Or something because all of a sudden, like, you know how his memory's fucked up like that? Like, he'll add a character, or like even with the Christopher situation, he thought it was Jasper, but it wasn't Jasper talking, it was the boy in white talking. Like, if Boy in White, the dog, were not there at all, I'm losing my fucking mind.
Talk about having a snack.
Oh, yeah. He was going to Chow Town.
Right? And I guess Julie gets her hair cut.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot. Oh. Wow, lot to unpack.
Dale City says the trailer is off the hook. TCP, Man in Yellow is Donna's sister. Ooh, I mean,
that
point, I don't even fucking know.
Who knows, right? We have no idea of anything anymore. I give up.
Donna's sister is Martin.
Yeah, I believe it at this point.
Right?
I think he kind of looks and sounds like Henry myself, Martin. If you listen to Henry's voice and you look at that guy and listen to him, oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, again, that's what with Julie's story walking back possibly is what the way I think it looked. So,
but I'm curious to what brings her to that moment. Like, does she just start story walking, and because she has no control yet, that's just the moment it brings her to? Is she going to have a conversation with Victor? Like, what is going to open up that moment to her to even begin to get there? Like, why that moment of all moments?
Right. There's Fatima's car in that shot.
Oh
yeah,
nice.
little beetle.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, there,
All
that
right,
solves
facts. Let's
that.
see it.
I didn't even know. I forgot. I didn't even track that baby Clay. I was like, oh, what, maybe.
Me neither.
But no, I mean, all right. So we know when the man in yellow has already told her, something about running into each other a couple times. Again, is that the same? Like, has she been going back to the same time, or is this what he's talking about too? Like, so what is she like? And I agree with you. Maybe she's going after the man in yellow now.
Oh yeah, true. Like, is that our Julie? Like, she got her haircut finally, and our Julie is going to that moment, or are we going to see the Julie from the end of season 3 again?
See, I'm not sure because, like,
there's only one Julie.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Like our Julie at this time, or the Julie that we saw.
I think she's about to be at that time. I think that time is now. Like, I
Yeah.
think she's getting ready to go through all these. Like, this is her stepping into that. Like, she's stepping into this future Julie.
Yeah, getting her haircut.
She is now transitioning.
But
Dana.
Well, it's not
you
the
gotta-
Julie from season 3.
Well,
right,
yes
so-
and no.
I mean, it's Julie, yeah. But okay, you got to think about Man in Yellow too. For an example, at the time he appeared at the end of season 3 in Unalive's gym, and we see Julie there, and he asked her, "When are you from this time?" Right?
Yeah.
Okay. From the Man in Yellow's perspective, what we see in the trailer from the massacre has already happened for him. So he's already met that Julie once, if not more. You know, so thus the scene of him saying, "When are you from?" and "I've seen you before," kind of thing. We're as a viewer now seeing
What
those
that
times.
means.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like she just kept coming back to that moment and interacting with him.
Right.
She's been to other moments where he has come up. And again, depending on, it might just be a thing of like the boy in white pushing her to the man in yellow. Because if this is her path to see the things that Victor is unwilling to talk about or whatever, maybe that's. I'm trying to think of why she would go back to that moment, other than it'd have to be maybe something with Victor. Because she freaked out when she left.
Right. I think it's because she reads the books.
Is that what it is?
I mean, I don't know. That's my theory on that question, anyway.
Right. No, that tracks too, because if she did get the book, and I'm curious of what in the book would have her go back to that, like for her to know, to be thinking of something in that moment. Ooh, I got to ponder on that. It's a good one though, James. I like it. See, Daryl says our present day Julie is going to the massacre. Yep, that's what it looks like. The fact, Sit and Spin says the fact the man in yellow doesn't even rate Julie as a threat and just shows her complete indifference. Yeah, he doesn't feel very threatened by her. He wanted to have a further conversation with her. What's up, Debbie? Welcome, welcome.
Debbie!
We are discussing the last episode, but we're also kind of discussing the trailer or the little preview for the next episode. I don't have the screenshots. We're just kind of freely talking about it. We thought we were going to do tonight, did not quite work out, so we're just kind of hanging out and talking some From. Let's see.
But I do need somebody to get a picture of that second image. Or that second drawing, because it happened really fast and I couldn't really see what the second drawing was. That was under.
Yeah, I didn't even get any of the screenshots for it yet. I'll have to try to see if I can get some.
That was under it. I kept trying to pause it and see it, and I meant to take a screenshot of it myself. I'll
see if I can't get one after the stream or something. Daryl says, also in one of the trailers, we see Julie talking to Randall with the book in her hand, saying something like, everything here is impossible. Well, maybe I said, maybe she is using the book. And it's going to be curious if she does, like James says, uses the book to guide her in some way. We see how that works out. We get to actually know what the Chromonocle is all about, maybe. Because we hear bits about it, right? But we don't really, I don't think they've really gone into what the Chromonocle fully is. We know it's an adventure. It's got the bird in it. There's a lonely dragon. I can't remember what else he said about the Chromonocle. You guys feel free. Like I said, we're just kind of talking.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember everything else from the trailer. Did you see the trailer, Baby Clay?
I think I've seen I think it was the trailer, or I don't know if it was just like a promotion ad, but I think it was the trailer.
Where we see Julie story walking to the massacre.
Oh yeah. I seen yeah. I did see that.
What'd you think about it?
I really don't know yet. I don't know if he unalive those people during the massacre, or did the monsters unalive them and he's just eating the body parts? You know, it could go either way. He could have killed them, unalive them all, but what if the monsters, you know, had some hand in the play with it, and he came in and just, you know, started feasting on the unalive people's bodies, you know? So it's like I'm kind of stuck in between, you know, because it looks crazy. And I do think it's our prison Julie. I think she's going to eventually cut her hair maybe sometime next episode because of the hair grabbing experience that she witnessed when she first story walked. So I do think this is our present Julie that's going to cut her hair and maybe go back to 1978.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Yeah, I was gonna say, what are your thoughts, Captain?
Well, you know, I don't know if the man in yellow is going to get the leftovers from the monsters. Maybe he's chowing down on leftovers. But I think that Julie has to develop some kind of power to combat him. And I think it'll be found in one of those 2 books that Randall got out of the house. I mean, how do you fight something supernatural like him when your dad couldn't even muscle him? You know what I mean? I think there's going to be like a training montage in here somewhere where she learns how to fight with new powers. And I'm looking forward to something like that. Oh, another thing. I looked at that scene really closely. Back in the 70s, the man in yellow's eyes are not black yet. At least when he was chowing down, they weren't black. You could see the white of his eyes. I wonder if that means something.
And at this point, who the hell knows, right? Like, it's
yeah,
like,
it's up in the air.
Maybe, probably, possibly.
Well, I'm gonna spitball from James's theory, because I'm like obsessed with this, James. The fact that the entity changes every cycle. So right now it's in the Sophia skin, let's call it. So what if the eyes blacken and they start to look dirty because whatever skin he was wearing from the last cycle is starting to die? That's why he's got to take a new form in the new cycle. Hence why Sophia looks so clean right now, but now give her time having to stay in that form. Like that form might start to get decrepit, dirty, start to look withered, and the eyes turn black. Like, what if that's a symptom of staying in that form until he takes a new one? So if the man in yellow form is just the form from the last cycle, and he started out clean and nice like Sophia did, and just got dirtier over time with the longer he stayed in that form.
I would go with that. That sounds brilliant. Almost like Odo. Oh, let me see. Am I unmuted? Yeah. Odo in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Every 26 hours, because they're on Bajoran time, he had to go back to that big pot and turn into goo. So the next day he could be a solid again. I wonder if that has like something to do with this a little bit. But the skins.
Yeah, so like maybe we saw the man in yellow so dirty and kind of decrepit in a sense because it was getting to that time where he had to change forms.
Yeah, makes sense. It's a good theory.
Well, I'm just bouncing off what you said.
Yeah. But talking about and you know what Captain was talking about, the eyes.
Because right now, Sophia's eyes look normal. So what if that's still, like I'm saying, like a side effect of being in that form for so long that his eyes started to get messed up because maybe the entity can only stay in a form for but so long. Yeah. If the man in yellow is the entity to begin with. You know what I mean?
Possibly. I mean, at this point, who the fuck even knows? I mean,
right?
The fact that they're making mention to the stories again, the fact they're grabbing these certain objects again and bringing them back into play, they must mean something, right? I mean, and I don't think they're trolling us that hard with the books. If they brought it up at the first episode, and then again, was it one of those episodes, one that they told us to go back to before the season started? I could have sworn one of those episodes had mention of the Chromonocle, but I could be wrong. See, that's why I need to go back because it seemed like some of those episodes were hinting at some of this stuff, but I have to go back and relook and see which episodes they told us to go back and watch. But again, I mean, if they're making note to it, then it's not meaningless. Yeah, the ball has never been brought back up, but the books have. The radio's back in play. The ballerina's getting messed with again. Like those, certain things are being sort of 74 or 47 or whatever. That's kind of coming back into play. It gotta mean something. You keep throwing it at us. All right, fine, we bite. I know what he's about the story. What did he say about the Lonely Dragon? He says you had to find the map. The map was in the cave of the Lonely Dragon, right? Or what did Ethan say about? Because if that's part of the story and those are certain things, like we assumed that was talking about Tian Chen and the diner, but the bracelet wasn't really a map, was it? So where is the Lonely Dragon? Was the Lonely Dragon always Victor? Because he did have a map. But he never gave it over.
Or is it Randall getting the books from the house?
It could be. Is he the Lonely Dragon?
Oh, that's a beautiful thought.
Is right. Wasn't it something about the Lonely Dragon? He had to go see the Lonely Dragon to get a map or something like that? Don't correct me. I can't.
And
remember.
maybe the book is the map of controlling how Julie's story works. A map of the story. It's not a map of a place. It's a map of the story.
Here we go. Jackson says the Lonely Dragon gave the monocle the map to the rainbow sky. What does that mean? Where the fuck is the Lake of Tears? Is it in the rainbow sky?
So is Randall the Lonely Dragon and Julie the monocle, or is Randall the monocle? How would you place that?
I don't know. What is the rainbow sky? Is that her story
monocle,
walking?
I think the monocle is Julie, and yeah, that makes sense for what's the name to be the Lonely Dragon.
But it's a map to the rainbow sky, so it's just a map to the story, or is it a map for her to do her story? I'm still slightly confused with what the rainbow sky is. Shit.
I like what Dulcinea said. She said Tian Chen was the first Lonely Dragon. The first map was the book with the symbol. So does that mean there's another Lonely Dragon? Are there more than one? Or was Tian Chen? You just don't shut your face. We're not going to talk about Clara.
A touchy subject right now.
Is it?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
No, you're fine.
I don't think. No. I don't think she's the Lonely Dragon. Like, that's never where my mind went with Clara. My mind went with Clara was always like the in-between. Like, somebody needs to be the balance. You have what seems to be the man in yellow we can consider evil, and possibly the boy in white being considered what could be good. And there's always got to be a balance between them. So that's always how my mind went when it came to Clara. Like, she has to keep the balance. So that's why we don't always see her interfering, and she might not be able to help them in the way she wants to help them. So she's more so to maintain the balance.
Okay.
Oh, Jackson, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out because I'm fine with us having multiple Lonely Dragons. What is the rainbow sky then? Are you just saying that's just a map to anything?
Well, the rainbow sky sounds like their way out. Right? Julie is the monocle. Randall is the Lonely Dragon in theory. And the rainbow sky is the way to get out somehow. But I guess we'll find out soon.
Right, because I'm still trying to figure it out, because that would make sense for them to get out. But I'm trying to think of, because I guess because the bracelet didn't really, is that what got Tabitha out?
Well, maybe it's more metaphorical.
Could be.
For
just freedom in general?
Yeah, as far as the kids, the whole solving of the game thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's a map to the story which can help the kids or, rescue them or whatever it is. how to solve the game. How do you beat the game? You can't. I don't think there's an exit door in Fromville. There's no, oh, if we just find the right tree, if we just go to the tower. No, you got to solve the fucking game. That's the whole fucking point. It's a big game, you know, between the boy in white and the man in yellow. And the previous residents put themselves apart. They didn't finish the game. They didn't even finish the game. It's not about finding an exit door. The only way to open the exit door is like you're playing a video game. You got to beat the big bad boss before you can get to the door. You can't get to the door before that.
Well, and look how the residents are in the streets in the 1970s. It's almost like they just walked outside of their houses in downtown and gave up at night and let themselves be slaughtered because they lost all hope. They're like all out there. Every so many feet, there's a body.
I do wonder that. Is it that simple? Was there a fight? Because we did see Miranda at night getting killed, and then the bodies in the day. Were any in the day getting killed? You know, was it all at nighttime? And the question of lost my train of thought.
I think you had Christopher's kind of deal with it as well, because Miranda's telling him, you know, not only not to come out, but she said something about not letting, you know, go in there, or something about not Christopher not knowing that spot or knowing where they were. So a lot of bits. I don't know, a lot of bits.
Yeah, I wonder if it'll show that part as far as Victor in the cellar. Oh, what I was going to say was Julie's part. You know, we don't know, like, how long has Julie been in that moment? We know she can only usually do it for a few minutes, so it seems like she just kind of appeared in that moment. But maybe, you know, I'm wondering how much they're going to show of it to us. You know, just the amount of little time Julie story walks. How much of it will we see?
Yeah, I see the image y'all were talking about. Hang on, let me grab it. I think James gave it to us.
Daryl says still yet to find out how Christopher died. That I'm curious about that too.
If he died.
If he died, right.
And you know, my best theory on that is in that same moment that we're talking about, the massacre. You know, Miranda said, "Kids, stay in here," and she ran out, and then Eloise ran after her. So all we know is Victor stayed in the cellar. So, but we do know that Miranda told them Christopher's going crazy, or somehow we knew that. I don't know if it was in a later episode or something, but we know Christopher was causing some chaos, Miranda seemed to say. So Christopher, I think, and she wanted him to hide from Christopher. So I think Christopher found him in the cellar, and they either fought or something, some entity, something helped Victor defeat Christopher. And maybe that was that body that we saw in the cellar.
That could be crushed under the rock.
No, that would be Jade. When Jade saw that, I think that's a past Jade.
Yeah.
We saw a body. Do you guys remember when we saw that body?
Which
in
one?
The cellar?
Oh yeah. You're talking. Yeah, that was. Oh my God, was that when Elgin took her down there?
Maybe it was like the first room before they went into that next room or something.
And I want to say it's when Elgin discovered that room or something.
It was in the back room. Yeah, where she had her baby, if you want to call it a baby.
And I want to say it was when Elgin was dragging her in there or something. It was behind him. I can't fully remember, but I do remember
it was
the
on
body.
the wall in the corner.
Jack says, I don't think Victor stayed in the cellar. He may not have. I mean, again, with the way his memory is at this point, you know, who the hell knows? Well, let's see. Okay, so I guess this is. Let's see. All right, so this is from the the episode 4 trailer, a little sneak peek. This image I'm about to bring up. Yeah, it is looking like Mommy Dearest, possibly.
Yeah. Yeah. So if that is Miranda, we know Smiley got her. So did the monsters kill, like I think maybe Captain or everything broke down was saying earlier, you know, did the monsters kill him and then the man in yellow came through? Was he helping them? Did he do it? There's a lot of questions there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
But it's the bottle tree, so you would kind of think that's Miranda, Victor's mom.
Right. I mean, you would think, like you said, with that there, it seems plausible. Yep, Daryl, I think, agrees. Yeah, that is true. I remember everybody talking about him being kind of like clean versus dirty. And I just assumed because it was dirty in the cellar. But if he did fight with Christopher, that would explain why he got a little dirty in the cellar.
Yeah, and scratched up and stuff too, it looked like.
Mm-hmm. Or did he tangle up with the man in yellow? Because I'm telling you, man, if the boy in white was never really there and somehow he did end up making a deal or something with the man in yellow, and that's how, like, who was it? You, Dave? Somebody had been talking about how, like, the man in yellow, he could have made a deal, or you guys in the chat were talking about how Victor possibly made a deal with him, and that's how he survived all these years without the monsters actually coming after him. And I just assume it's because he survived living in the peach truck. And they just, if he stayed quiet enough, they just didn't know where he was hiding. They wouldn't come find him.
Yeah, the boy in white helped him for sure.
Oh, are we sure now? Because his memories starting to make me wonder.
I think the man in yellow touched Victor's head and scrambled his memory. But he has to live on to the next cycle to take whatever power the man in yellow has into the next cycle. There always has to be a remnant, a remainder.
Because if this is Victor's photo and he draws what he sees, how did he know that the man in yellow is the one that went after mommy? I'm assuming it's the next day. So did he walk out there and the man in yellow is just standing there and the boy in white's just standing there? Like that, what in the hell is going on?
Well, we don't know yet because, and that's why I was asking how much we're going to see of the story walk, and we may not even get that depending on how much we see. But what it seems like is there's the question, did Victor walk out of the cellar and see the town and the boy in white before the man in yellow showed up and started eating them? Or did the man in yellows eat the people and Julie showed up and then they both left and Victor comes out and he actually does see this because he drew it? At what point?
But how did he see the man in yellow?
With his eyes.
But
why didn't the man in yellow attack him?
That, among other things, like if he's seeing that, then
that's why
the man in yellow gets.
That's why he pissed his pants. He's like, I saw that dude eating my mama.
Well, yeah, I'm assuming he's seen the man in yellow because I'm assuming he's seen him eating everybody. That's what I assume.
And that was. And whatever his name was when he came into town, like Sophia, the evil entity in the form of Sophia uses the name Sophia. The man in yellow maybe used the name Doug or something.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, damn, Doug's eating people.
I mean, I assumed he's seen this.
There's a reason for this, y'all. I'm telling you, it's definitely a huge reason for that. Like, I just don't think it's just as simple as him eating. It's a bigger reason for that.
Well, yeah, I didn't even get into why he's eating them. I'm just trying to figure out, like, if Victor comes out and the man in yellow is chowing down here. So you saying he chowed down on the town first and then made his way here and then just let Victor go to town with the boy in white? He just didn't even notice him. He was just like, Victor just snuck by him to the town with the boy in white, and that was possibly the timeline. Like, man in yellow made his way here from the town.
Maybe he stopped here first. Maybe he come out of the tree, or something appeared here and then made his way into town. But Victor had to see it.
Exactly. So if Victor saw this, then how would the man in yellow be in town while the boy in white's in town with Victor?
That's what I was saying. Either Victor come out of the cellar and did his thing with the boy in white and left, or something. But he still saw the man. But he still had to get to this point. Yeah, but he knew the man in yellow before. It's not like this would be the first time him seeing the man in yellow. The first time he saw him was when he got out of the car in town, just like Sophia did. And he spent all that time, just like Sophia is trying to do, to get this town to tear themselves apart.
I still can't figure out why he didn't kill. Then why did he not kill Victor?
Why didn't they kill Randall? Why didn't they kill Boyd? Those are the questions that we don't exactly know. Why do they kill some people and not others?
I'm curious to see, man. I swear to God, if his memory is that shaky to where, like, that little scene with the boy in white never happened, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Because we already know, like, he fucked up with Jasper.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
full on thought Jasper was talking and shit.
Yeah, he forgot he had a sister. Yeah, so there's definitely.
So I'm
that.
like, I'm not saying like that's going to be what happens. It's most likely the way you're telling it is what's going to happen. But I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, with Julie popping into the town possibly at a time when the man in yellow is chowing down. And if Victor sees this, I know this is like, it's separate. It's not like it's right outside where he walks. So you got to get out to that point. And I'm sure he went there to go check on his mom, which was later on. I'm just trying to, so I'm just thinking, so the man in yellow was chowing down over there in town and he made his way all the way to mommy.
Yes,
I
either
can't wait
before,
to see.
he either ate Miranda first and went into town, or vice versa. I mean, that's the only way. But we just don't know which way.
Okay, but the reason why I say that I think the man in yellow is waiting to eat people is because they showed us Smiley chasing Miranda. You know, they didn't show us the man in yellow chasing her. It was Smiley chasing Miranda the night she tried to take the bottle tree. So it's kind of, it's not, I'm not trying to knock the writers or anything, but it's kind of misleading, you know, the audience
like
a little bit showing Smiley running.
Yeah, it seems like the monsters killed the people at night and we see the man in yellow during the day.
Right. So, yeah.
He comes and kind of snacks on them. Which, you know, that's a whole nother. Is that what happened to the bodies? He just, you know, disposed of them. No, he just ate the organs. I'm sure he didn't gnaw on the bones. I mean, they are very partial to ribs.
Well, the insides are always eaten out, and then you got the rib cage left. You know, there's never any organs. So
True that. Daryl says Smiley killed her, and then man in yellow ate her. Indeed, it was something, or at least we'll see for sure how it all goes down. In the next episode. Yeah, there's a lot about the eclipse theories out there. Those are getting really big again. So it'll be interesting to see if they do have the moon phases as part of sort of this world and how things, or maybe the seasons are dictated, or just the way the man in yellow can pop in, or I don't know. However it's working in this place, because it is definitely got a lot of bits going on. The monsters prepared the meal for the man in yellow. Yeah, like Vic said. Indeed. Vic says we don't know how long he was hiding in there and if he came out several times or what. Indeed, we don't know how long Victor was in the cellar. If he popped out at some point, went back in and got scared, or
there were 2 lunar eclipses in the year 1978 in reality. I just asked my Alexa.
God.
She actually got something right for once. I tell you, those things are terrible at times.
Yeah, you allow her in your house?
I do. Yeah, she's connected to everything.
Oh my God, no! Oh God.
Yep. She drives me batty. It's like being married again sometimes.
No, it's worse than that. She tries to turn your devices on and stuff, and you don't know what
she does it.
She's sharing your secrets out there. Dana knows. Yeah. I don't like her. She ain't allowed in my house, or Siri.
Listen, I don't have a choice on the matter. My vote got outweighed by, but
you starting to show Miguel though. He's seen what she did with that PlayStation. She played too much.
Yeah, she does. She has a mind of her own. I don't like her very much, and she knows I don't like her. She doesn't even respond to me.
It's gotten pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yep. See, not allowed. Trust me, man. Sometimes I only likes my phone because it's a Gemini. I'm like, would you get the hell out of here? I don't want to talk to you either. No, I don't like those AIs. They do not cooperate very well. Oh, you believe Miranda got caught out there in an eclipse? Oh, okay. And that could be. I mean, like, again.
So that's not night we're seeing when she goes out, but it's dark from the eclipse. That's interesting.
And it could be because when she leaves, it's daylight-ish, right? I mean, it's foggy out looking too, so it's not like you can kind of tell exactly what time of day it was. It seemed as if it was close to nighttime, but to be fair with the way Victor's memory is, again, who knows? It could have been an eclipse that day, and they freaked us. Might be why they were panicking so much. Like, God, everybody's got to like quickly hide because, of course, they're not expecting something like that, right? Like an eclipse. Have they ever experienced one since they've been there? So if
No,
that
they haven't.
happens,
But
could
we
you imagine
also,
the people outside if one happens? What a panic that would cause for everyone to have to, without the talismans at the time, even.
yeah, but we also don't know for a fact that the monsters don't come out in the day because of issues with the daylight. That could be a choice because what's scarier, coming out during the day or coming out and trying to torment folks at night? If fear and trying to take away their hope and all that stuff, they might choose to come out at night. Just because we've never seen them out in the daylight doesn't mean they necessarily can't.
True. And like I said, we don't know for sure. It seems as if they can't, but like you said, we don't know. It doesn't seem like they want to come out during the day, but that could be by choice. It's very true.
Because we still see them sleep. So if they still have to sleep in order to do so, they might just choose to come out at night, because what would freak you out more? Monsters banging on your door in the middle of the night, or monsters banging on your door in daylight?
And I'm wondering if they're actually sleeping, or is it like if they are controlled by some other being, is it sort of like a power down situation where like, okay, y'all are just kind of chilling here for now, because they were awake when they needed to be down there. When Victor went down there, that one bitch was awake. She wasn't even like a little asleep. So it could just be like a power down mode until because if you mess with them, they'll wake up. So they may not necessarily need the sleep. It's just like, they don't want to just sit there awake, like looking at each other. Maybe, I don't know. Or they do need it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know, Dave. I don't know anything. I would say burn them all. That was our thought, but now we can't even do that, Dana.
Well, they burned someone. We saw something in one of these.
But we can't do that. We cannot burn the monsters. Poor Fatima. She cannot handle anymore.
That'll be fucked up. That'll be fucked up.
We can't even we can't take out the monsters. We can't burn them. I don't even know if we force
poor Fatima to go through that shit again. That's it.
Like, I don't even know how you would set up in a containment area that would truly hold the monsters. Even if you use the talismans as a way to try to hold them in there, I don't even know if you could.
Let's see if Boyd tries to capture one this season.
But then what do you do with it, though? Like, you got to be able to contain it.
Right, yeah.
And I'm assuming that would be with the talisman, unless they come up with some other hoodoo that, magic we don't know about. And even then, that's
Randall would take his belt off and tie it up.
Don't start with me. All right, well, speaking of Randall,
Jolly Ranchers.
But I do have a question for you guys. If they did capture a monster, let's say you guys had the chance to capture a monster, what would be one question you would ask them?
I don't know.
Not saying they're going to be honest with you or anything, but if you had the chance to interrogate one of these monsters, and that goes for you too in the chat, what would you ask the monster?
Their history. I'd love to hear that. What made you what you is?
So you're talking about the deal maker, who made the deal.
Exactly, because that tells you who the big bad is too.
Okay. What about you, Baby Clay? If you was able to get one of these monsters and interrogate the shit out of them, what's a question you would ask them?
Why does this place exist? Is the town itself an entity? Maybe we're looking at shit the wrong way. That's what I would ask. Like, if this place is a entity in itself, that's changing people when they come through. That's what I would ask. Because I mean, at the end of the day, the monsters are in everything about this shit is interesting. But I would want to know, mainly, how did why is this place here exactly? Give me a specific reason why this place even exists.
Interesting. What about you, James? You got a monster, and you could ask him questions. What you asking?
What, did we lose James? Ah, damn it.
Possibly. So what about you? Okay, we'll go with Scarlet. You can ask the monsters a question. What you asking?
Shit. Honestly, just looking at the chat, they had some good. They got some good answers. Cause I'm kind of feeling like Vic a little bit. We just gonna torture the shit out of questions, Dana. What?
We go to work on this motherfucker. There you
Perhaps.
go.
Perchance. Per maybe.
What else did what's some other stuff they'd ask?
How did they get this way? See, Daryl says, I would ask, why you so mean, bro? Why you so mean? Right?
Sit and
Let's
spin
see.
got it.
Oh, I'm almost there. Almost there. Here, actually, there. I'm there. Yeah, I want to hear about the other cycles, how they began. Then I would ask them about their children. Nice. Who is your leader? We already know how they became what they are. Yes. Who is behind it all?
Take me to your leader.
Right? 30 says, I would ask the creature if they wanted to leave too. Is their goal to just terrify the townspeople, or are they trying to leave too? Indeed. Good. There's some good questions. Let's see. Did you come from the sea? Indeed. Wait, right?
Right, because we do see that on the cave paintings. We see people coming in by boat.
Yeah.
That's a good one, Alice.
Pam says, why me? Right? Like, why'd y'all pick me to come here? What in the fuckery is going on? I agree. What are you? Where do you come from? Why do you like deleting folks? All of these questions and more.
Right?
Why did you sacrifice kids? You
You
loonies.
loonies. So what about you, Jane? You got the monster. What you asking?
I think I'm with a lot of the other people and say kind of how it happened, maybe just to try to learn more exactly how it happened. I mean, I know we kind of know, but could it lead to how we get out of here? How do we win the game? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right?
I want to know how they keep their clothes clean after they're slaughtering and blood's flying, and they come out the next night and everything's regenerated. It's pretty interesting.
Right?
Kimono lady washes their
I
clothes.
was just gonna say that.
She's in the laundry room in the cave.
I think I would ask if there was someone among us that shouldn't be here. Like, is there somebody here that's, one of you or not? Is there a mole? Damn it. Is there a spy?
Right.
I think I'd ask that.
And thank you again, Captain. It looks like Sit and Spin is the lucky recipient. I can't speak.
That's so fitting for tonight.
I mean, I love the names, guys.
That is
so great.
So fitting for tonight.
But congratulations, thank you again, Captain.
You are glad I could help.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's JT says, "What are you doing with the dead bodies?" Right?
Yeah, that's a good one too. Maybe they have a rack of libs.
Right.
A rack of ribs every night. The monsters.
Hey, you never know. Maybe they do have a rack of libs. You never know.
They might. It wouldn't hurt anything. You
Lips
never know.
And ears and God knows what else.
Sit and spin. You're welcome.
Pam says, "Could you not delete me, please? Indeed, you would plead with them. I would just troll them so bad. Right? Can we just, like Vic said earlier, do we really have to even ask questions, Dana? I mean, there's plenty of things I could think to do.
Why do you collect the objects you collect?
You know why I don't want to ask? Because I feel like they're going to give me some half-ass sarcastic answer that really I can't believe anyways. It's going to get me nowhere.
I think I'd ask them for a copy of their meal plan.
Why do you always smile?
Right. Oh my gosh, that's a good one.
Because they're happy. They're playing games.
They're having fun. Yeah.
Right. Aren't you having fun, Dana?
Game.
No.
Well.
No.
I mean,
He's
look.
Serious.
Well, I don't know. Randall seems like he's having a good old time now. He seems real happy.
Oh, maybe you could ask why do the talismans keep you out?
Oh, that's a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Randall's after Julie. We just don't know it yet. They're going to fall in love and both survive all of this.
It's a game of fate and fun, David. Indeed.
Just don't kill a monster and get knocked up. That's what I would like to know.
Well,
How
see,
in
I'm
the
curious.
world
Was
does
she
that happen?
I don't even know if she was even knocked up though, because she wasn't supposed to be. According to her, she should have never ever gotten pregnant in the first place.
That is true. Yeah, that is
So
true.
we all question that, and the whole thing is was she ever even like it? We're all assuming okay, it took over her pregnancy, but no, I don't know if she was ever naturally pregnant because even what they said like it didn't seem she didn't have anything that showed she had a baby. Yeah, she had all the symptoms, but in the end they were acting like, well, no, you didn't have an actual birth. It was weird.
Yeah.
It's like she never really conceived. That's why I said she was more like the Twisted Virgin Mary, where it was almost like, it was Immaculate Conception.
Yeah.
But twisted, of course. I mean, this is, the
reverse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Demonic.
Who is your monster bestie, right? Who do you all pair off with? Do you always pair off, or is this like a pecking order? Like who's the top? Who is the leader of your monster crew?
I wanted to ask them, where did Jasmine go? She was like the cutest of all the monsters.
Oh, you know what? You be careful asking, you'll receive. They might be throwing her on your doorstep. That's all there was. See, she's played her part. She got the one lonely
porn stash.
Right.
1980s porn stash.
He was the true lonely dragon, and he messed it all up for everybody.
He's lonely.
Why are you only allowed at night? Good question, JT.
Well, J to the T's here.
Welcome.
Right? This is fun. That's fun to think about, right?
It is. Theory and speculation is always fun.
It is. I love some Randall.
It's such a complex show. It's not a surface level show. This show is layers deep, and that's what's wonderful about it.
Oh wait, we have
that V-neck is working on him though, Dana. I ain't even gonna lie.
Most important question: Where the hell is the motel?
We don't know yet, but maybe we'll get to go back and see one day.
It's cloaked. Klingons let them have a cloaking device.
I mean, was it ever there in the first place? Did it get taken? Because it doesn't look like it got taken out in the same regard as like Tabitha or the Matthews house. But it could have been washed away by a flood or something. I don't know. A previous something or another.
Where'd the chickens come from? Where'd the cows come from?
Yeah, and the goats. Yeah.
So
it's like a magic forest. Like
didn't we see the
tales.
motel sign at one point?
Yes.
It said Star. Was it Star
Victor
Motel?
was coming up, and it kind of got deteriorated over time, just like the swing sets and stuff like that.
So can we connect Star Motel to the Stars Fell on Alabama?
Possibly.
Yeah.
It is referencing stars again. Then we got Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, which was the melody that Miranda was singing her kids.
And is the pool the Sea of Tears? You just can't tell yet.
We don't know. Possibly.
Maybe the motel shows back up. That could be the rainbow. And the pool's the Sea of Tears.
Oh, Bill Bachka's back. She come back this episode. She's back in the diner. They just had, they didn't have enough room for all the characters. So she, I guess, apparently they didn't have room for her the first two episodes. Don't worry, she's back. And apparently she's back in the diner as if she was never gone. And they don't want us to ask those questions, Bill. Shh. Secret. She was always there. You missed her in that frame off to the side in the back. She Acosta was taking away all your attention. You couldn't see her. I don't know.
She's a beautiful woman, no doubt about it.
Yeah, she's caged up a little bit this episode. Which again, that is another thing too. I think you asked that, Dana, or one of you guys on panel, or when we were talking before stream, I can't remember, but like they stayed here, and if she could have stayed in that room, it was locked or whatever with the talisman, but didn't they have a car? Is the car like enough for it to be considered not a hole in the side of the post office for like a breach of the entry?
Well, we know in the RV, a towel was enough to cover the entrance and they still couldn't enter.
He covered it up and we're good.
So if he covered it in some way, maybe the same kind of effect took place.
That's good thinking, Dana. He covered it with a blanket. Boyd's resourceful.
Well, I'm just thinking back to the RV because
Fish and loaves.
you know, it was still they still, and if you remember, even back to the Talisman Hut, there was nothing but.
Well, no,
like,
the RV
ivy.
originally, when he was in there, the windows weren't broken.
That front door was broken.
Oh, that's
'Cause he
right. The front door was, but didn't they? Did they just put a blanket over that?
Yeah, that's what he hung up in the first.
Because I know it
episode,
had
yeah.
like the branch through the window, so I guess it would be the same thing then.
But even if we go back to the Talisman Hut, they still didn't enter, and there was just ivy covering the entranceway.
Yeah, no, that whole Talisman Hut thing is still a mystery of all fucking mysteries. Was it the 12 talismans combined power? Was it just the fact that there's some fucking leaves in front of it? Or did they allow Boyd to get them to take them back?
I have a feeling that's going to be our fucking Adam and Eve shit, like in Lost. We're not going to know about the Talisman Hut until like the last episode of the series.
True.
I just have a feeling they're going to do that to us, like they did that to us in Lost with Adam and Eve.
Ooh, I like it. Folks talking about Julie maybe part or behind the Talisman Hut to some degree. That'd be pretty cool. And like she made them. Well, that'd be neat.
I think Vic had a theory in my Discord we were talking about. She thinks Randall may be tied to that somehow because he was carving. I don't know about the talismans, but maybe the things you see
the
at
wood
the
totem thing.
Yeah. And that one of his past selves may have done that. That's why he did it as Randall.
Yeah, we did. We talked about the trailer a little bit earlier, but feel free to let us know any of your thoughts about it. Now we're just kind of diving back into the episode a bit. Let's see. For Boy, he's oh God, I still can't believe. I want to know if that hand that came out of the ground is Abby or not, because I'm assuming so, but the ring is still thick. So I don't know. But I do like folks saying it could be like Jim's hand, but then again, the hand kind of looked like Abby's hand. So now I got to go back and look at Abby's ring.
If it's anybody but Abby, you've got to pile on several more questions. Like, why would Jim's hand be coming out of Abby's grave?
That too.
You know? So I mean, logically, but again, it could be anybody's hand, but.
That was a thick ring, but I guess it could have been a feminine ring.
I mean, I'm sure it's not the actress Abby's hand, but you know, I think it's implied to be Abby.
She got raisin fingers. She's been in the water too long, Dana. No wonder she's pleased. Oh, what if she is? That's why she's like, I don't know. Fuck, she wants him to save her, Dana. She's in the Lake of Tears.
That could be.
I'm just kidding. But no, she does have pruny hands.
At this point, anything's in the air for this show. That's what's so great about it.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure, like, looking at the fingernails and stuff, just from seeing, let's see, where was it?
Those hands are awfully clean, or that hand's awfully clean.
Yeah, seemingly. All right, see, here's her ring.
Oh, what's up, Reel? No worries. Pop on whenever you can. We kind of figured you were running late.
All right, so see, there's that ring. And the other one's hard to see. Now, I'm not going to lie. When it pops up out of the ground, it's like real fucking quick. But I could have sworn it was thicker than this. Oh, wait, that's not the right one. Is it this one? And it's so hard to see. I'm going to have to get a lighter, but I swear this is thicker than that one. So that's going to be interesting to see if they show us his hand again. Because the ring that he picks up is thicker than that, right? Than the one on Abby's hand later.
And it's got the infinity symbol inside of it.
Well, and we'll see about that, but I'm just curious if this is even the same ring. If this is Abby's ring right here, it looks thinner than the ring that we see. Right? I mean, that still could be Abby's hand, I guess, coming out of the ground. But seeing the ring on her finger, and it looked thicker than this one. But I could be wrong.
Thrifty, yeah, we've dabbled in Eloise possibly being a story walker. and I believe the topic came up when we started talking about if each cycle's reincarnation, meaning Miranda, Tabitha, if they each had 2 kids and one of them was the storyteller and one of them was the story walker, could Eloise in fact be a story walker? So yeah, we've dabbled a little bit.
Can I say something about the talisman hut and the 12 talisman stones?
Sure.
I looked up the number 12 just now in mythology, not Christianity, but mythology. 12 represents cycles of rebirth and karma in reincarnation beliefs. So I don't know, maybe there's something there about those 12 stones of rebirth and reincarnation.
Could be. Definitely could be. But I'm curious to see, because if the ring that's on the hand that comes out of the grave is, and I'm hoping they show it again because it was so fast that it's hard to really see how truly thick it was, but I swear it was thicker than this. Is what I would think a woman's ring would be, a thinner ring, and a man's would be a little thicker. So I'm curious to see if that is, I mean, now the fingernails in the hand itself, I would say are Abby's, but I swear that ring is different. So I don't know. I'd be curious to see if this thing comes grabbing him, like if he goes back and tries to talk to her again and grabs the hand and actually gets the ring off of it or something. Otherwise, we're going to have to see how the ring ends up in Colony House on the steps, with him grabbing it. I don't know.
Okay, somebody in the chat said something about Acosta may find it and maybe in the basement. And so that's why matches Colony House, because that's where she is looking. And, I don't think it's just like his, like it's a Miranda bracelet thing, but the Miranda bracelet thing was exact, right?
Right down to the mistake.
Yeah. So what if Boyd's ring has the same infinity symbol in it? Like,
it could.
It's his, and Acosta found it. That could be a theory.
Oh, I like it. I was trying to go back and find it.
Oh, and that's why he's so perplexed about it. Like, what the hell is another one of my why would my ring be here?
I think it's Jackson Rains that said it. Yeah, there you go.
Nice. Oh, I like that. That's definitely a possibility. Her searching around in the basement, and we were wondering what she might find.
Right.
That could be it. She's thinking long and hard about some decisions she made, and then she's cried, Dana, and then she got ballsy again.
Well, did any of you guys find it interesting when she said that wasn't me?
Yeah, but I think she was just really just trying to deal with the guilt of the situation, because she's been contemplating why she's supposed to be here, and now she's realizing I let this kid go. I'm I ruined the ambulance stuff. She's like, no, that's not me, or at least that's the way I took it. But it could have, I don't know. She turned into a monster.
Oh no, because it wasn't she I was taken over, or am I wrong?
I can't remember exactly what she said after that, but I took it as her being kind of guilty of the situation and trying to be like, oh, that's not like me. I don't act like that kind of thing.
That's the way I took it too, and the way I took what Boyd did was trying to make her see who she is again. If that's not you, who are you? And you need to be who you need to be. The cop.
Gotcha. So it wasn't literal.
I mean, I don't think so. Again, every theory is kind of open, at this point.
Right.
But I don't think so. But we'll see. We'll see.
We do not have a phone line. We don't even do a phone line call-ins. But Friday nights are our open panel nights.
Yep.
And then we'll see what happens with her, girl. I'd be curious if she finds that, and if Boyd, I'm kind of curious if she's gonna go back and try to dig up his lady's grave to what the fuck's coming out the ground.
Right. So everything broke down. What do you think about the theory of the Eloise's Julie and Ethan is Victor kind of thing? Like everybody's reincarnated.
I mean, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Only because Tabitha is Miranda, from what we know so far. Jade is Christopher. So why would it, it wouldn't be so far out that Julie is Eloise, Ethan is Victor because of what's happening with their own parents. So, and I think, I mean, is there so much that we could say that's going on with Eloise? Because where is she? Victor's memory isn't reliable. So from what I took from that episode when he was saying, he had to bury his mom and Eloise, I don't see him remembering if Eloise was unalive or not. So she still could be out there. Maybe she's story walking the whole time, going from time, from cycle to cycle. And that's the reason why we haven't seen her yet. And then Julie is going to, F around and pop up on her. And we're going to be shocked. I would love that. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing Eloise story walking, changing things, and then Julie is trying to story walk to change things, and then they eventually run into each other. I think to me that would be a heavy moment in the show. So I mean, as far as Eloise goes, man, she's still a mystery, and in my opinion, I do think she's still alive. I think Julie will eventually run into Eloise.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were leaving comments on, I know, my Clara stuff, thinking that Eloise could possibly be Clara. And it would make sense, and it could possibly fit to why Clara is so worried about Victor all the time. She's the only one we ever see really check up on him. Or like, even when she came upstairs, she was like, I was really glad to see that you survived Colony House, like the massacre. She's up there when Victor is having his meltdown, trying to calm him down. So Eloise could be somebody within the town already,
No, yeah, facts. I'm a firm believer that she's been hiding in the background, waiting for the right moment, to show up. Because I mean, her story is from honestly, we didn't even know Victor had a sister the whole first season. Up until the second season, we thought he was there in the town by himself, and then he pops up and, his memory served him and he remembered he had a sister based off the drawings in the trunk. So it's not too far out to say that she's still alive. She's been hiding or story walking, making things happen. And maybe she's been the one protecting Victor this whole time. We just don't know.
Mm-hmm. Vic, we're gonna find out. Eloise cut Julie's hair.
I know.
She probably cut Marielle's hair too.
I was gonna say she gonna go to Marielle. Who Julie gonna get it cut from? Mom gonna do it.
Give her a 1986 bob.
We'll see. Who the hell knows where Mom's going next? Tabitha.
Right. I don't know. I'm still upset with Tabitha that she was so quick to just like run off again. And like
real tears, Dana. Look,
like I still get what everybody's saying. Like, what is she supposed to do? Does she do nothing? For right now, yes.
No, yes, she has to do absolutely nothing. You got two kids.
For right now,
one can story walk and another one is having visions.
But then you got the boy in white coming up to her and telling her that you're almost out of time. Yeah, don't go through the tree, but you still need to continue.
But that's why I think now is why Ethan ends up with her at
he was in danger. So is she right? And are people going to get mad that she took him with her, knowing that what's going to happen if those scarecrows attack them? Not that she knows, but us knowing as viewers, again, like they're mad at her for doing this. I have a theory on that. So if she takes him with her and he ends up in a hell of danger, are they going to blame Tabitha again? Even though the boy in white said you can't just sit back basically and do nothing. Yeah, don't go back through the tree. You're not asking the right questions, but you still have to complete this, whatever the fuck.
Ethan tells her he's looking for the Lake of Tears. Jade says, well, there's a lake out there at those cabins where we found the food.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
But are the viewers going to be like, why would you take him there?
Well, they better not.
Well, but he's going to be in danger. Oh, so it's okay for her. That's what I'm saying. So again, like, I mean, it's okay for her to take him into danger. So is that any better than leaving them with someone possibly safe?
I would
True.
respect it more if she took Ethan with her to find the Lake of Tears. But like I said, I don't think Ethan is going to confide in Tabby about the Lake of Tears. That's one. I think Ethan is going to go out there on his own and try to find the hut where him and Tabby went to the season 3. I think he's going to try to, go there. Tabitha's going to have to find him. I don't think Ethan, and don't get me wrong, he doesn't hate his mom, but he really misses his dad. So I think Ethan is going to go out on his own to try to find a Lake of Tears, but that's how they end up at the cabin, like James says. But also, I would respect Tabitha more if she took Ethan with her. Julie can low-key take care of herself. Julie has Randall, she has Fatima, she has Ellis. We haven't seen, the only person that we've seen Ethan have a connection with is Victor. And Victor right now is all fucked
We
up.
had one with Donna.
So I just, in my honest opinion, I would respect Tabitha more if she took who?
With Donna.
Nah, I'm not leaving my baby boy with Donna. I like you, Donna, but
she's a great babysitter
I gotta take
for
my
a minute
because I wouldn't feel honest. Because
What's wrong with Donna, baby Clay? What? She can handle it.
she's a tough woman. There's no doubt about it.
Ethan only got away from her that one time.
To be fair, Ethan gets away from everybody. That's not
He
even
does.
fair
Yeah.
to Donna.
Little
That's
spider
not
monkey.
even fair to Donna.
Little
Ethan
spider
gets
monkey.
away from his own parents. I mean, that's not
He
even
needs
fair.
a
to
leash.
literally, he
like
just
we talked about that
walked
one
out
night.
of the house, and she was like, "Oh my god, I just seen him. He was upstairs."
And he did the same thing to Tabitha and Jim. He left on them too.
What you mean? No, I'm saying, but this is no. But what I'm saying is,
What's up, Real?
if
I don't
she
have a problem with
leaves
her taking
Ethan
him. I'm
and
just
Julie
saying, like,
with
I feel like
Donna,
she's damned either way because she's
what's
either
going
going to
on,
put him in
Real?
harm ways by taking him with her,
She
or
is.
by leaving him, he's going to be in harm. Either way, I feel like he's in harm's way.
Y'all can hear me? Can y'all
Yeah,
hear
what's
me?
up, Real?
Yeah, what's up,
I'm freezing
Real?
like hell.
What's going on? I hear y'all up here cooking, throwing these theories around like we do in this from town.
Dropping bombs.
Where Miguel at?
He's working.
Oh shit, okay.
What's going on? What's going on, Real?
There's the brother right there. What's up, baby Clay? How you? Can
So
y'all
what
hear
are
me?
what are your thoughts on this last episode?
I gave this episode a 5.5.
I'm doing all right, brother. I can't call it. How you?
Ooh. Why so low?
Is that out of 5?
Well, nah, it's out of 10. Out of
Okay,
10, 5.5 out of 10. I gave this episode. I think that the episode was great. They gave us some great callbacks to season 1, real heavy. Actually, season 1 and season 2. You know what I'm saying? There were a lot of great callbacks. There were a lot of great scenes as well, touching scenes. But it kind of gave me the season 2 vibes where it was like mostly just like talking, dialogue, things like that, you know.
Filler.
I think and I wouldn't even call it filler because they were dropping information in there. So it wasn't like to fill up a gap. It was like information, but we didn't really get a lot of eventful things. And the eventful things that did happen, we already knew they were going to happen because they were in the trailer. Like, why would you end an episode with some shit that you showed in the trailer? Like, it just takes away the whole mystique of the cliffhanger angle. Then why would you try to jump scare me with some shit that I saw in the trailer, like the rat coming out of Brick's mouth? Like, we saw that in the trailer, so they tried to like make it a jump scare. I thought that, you know, I feel like the episode was good, right? But the trailer made all of the events fall flat for me.
Right.
Because they were to be expected.
Right. They were already there. We already saw it. I feel like if you change the trailer and the teasers, every episode, first, second, and third get better.
The way they market it isn't the best.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
think about,
Yeah.
imagine if you would have never seen the transformation scene in the trailer.
Oh, yeah, that's a
And
good
then
point.
it would have popped up on us in the episode. That would have fucked us up. That would have had us hyped. That would have made
Yep.
the episode more great. That's just my opinion. You know, I see some people pushing back on it, but that's cool.
That's a good opinion.
You know,
And they've done that
No,
before,
I
like
agree.
and this
Yeah.
season in particular, like even what was it real? The trailer they put out around what episode 2 or episode 3, right before episode 3 dropped, they just put like a random little mini trailer. It had nothing to do with like the next episode trailers. And that one gave us some more bits that were even kind of like connecting with what we already have. So yeah, they kind of given us, honestly, I was surprised at how much they gave us within all the trailers and previews and stuff that we're getting so far. They have actually given away a lot more than I thought they would. Which makes me wonder, like, what else is this season going to hold for us if they've already given us all this? But it kind of, I see where you're coming from, though. Like, it takes away from the episode because it didn't jump scare me. Like, we knew that was coming, right? As far as like
we
the
knew
rat
that
coming out of
we
the
knew
mouth.
the rat was
So
coming
they
out.
did kind of like they ruined their own kind of jump scare if they wanted to grab us with that, if that was their intent.
It was obviously the intent because of the music change at the time. You know,
Right.
they had, you have the music is very important in a movie or a show or whatever. And when you do certain blast sounds and things like that, you're trying to jump scare the people. But we already saw that shit in the trailer. So that whole jump scare fell flat because, like, you see Randall go in there and you see the mouth closed and you're like, okay, so when's the rat going to come out the mouth? Oh, now it's coming out the mouth. And it's like, it was kind of corny to me.
Yeah, I don't think they think it through. I don't think they think it through.
One last sentence, especially with an insignificant character like Britt.
Yeah, I don't think
I
they
know. I
think
was
it
so
through.
hoping that was going to be, what was his name, Brian?
I think they put stuff in the trailers to make us theorize, and they don't think ahead like you're talking about. But it seems like they're thinking what will make them talk. The people when they see the trailer and start
Exactly.
theorizing.
I agree with you on that. That's exactly what I think they were going for. They were going for the interactive nature of the show. Like, I think you're 100%. Who said that, by the way?
James.
James.
Yeah,
Right
James.
on, James. They were banking on the interactive ability of the people on YouTube, all the theory crafters, the fandom. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like they kind of left the original fans of the series behind. And I'll just say a quick paragraph to explain that, right? We have been watching this show since day one, right? So we have had to wait every single week for an episode, right? I feel like this season is geared and it's been marketed to people that have sat there and been able, who have brand new fans. Since season 3, the fandom has doubled, maybe even tripled, right?
Oh yeah.
So most of
Definitely.
the new people that are here binge watch the show. They watch season 1, 2, and 3, right? And so with that being a reality, I feel like they're marketing to the people that have been sitting there binge watching the show. You know what I'm saying? Because now they're just throwing out all these bits of information with absolutely no narrative behind it. If you look at the first 3 trailers that we got, the first trailer gave us a narrative of what was going on, and it was vague. The second trailer did the same exact thing. They even changed the dialogue in the trailer. They had the trailer saying one thing, but when you saw that scene, the characters were saying something different. A few words were different. Season 3, they had a whole scene in the barn, and they just had one interactive element, which was Tien Chen getting killed in the barn, and it was the mystery of who is it. They even threw a little fake voiceover in there from a previous season to fool us about
The
that.
scream, yeah.
Right. But this season, they show us the crows coming in. First, that's the very first part. They show us the crows coming in. They show us this new character who they announced during the filming time. Like, they've never done that before. then they have this dream sequence where you think it's Boyd's dream, but it's not Boyd's dream. He's laying there, you see him sleeping, and then they just throw all these flashes, the scarecrows and everything. They kind of just threw everything at us, and then now we're seeing it all unfold within the first 3 episodes. It's kind of corny. Like, we've been in the trenches waiting every week for this shit.
Yeah, I do get it. Yeah, we have. Yeah, definitely.
We've been in the trenches waiting every week for these episodes, and I just feel like the marketing is geared towards people that have binge watched the show. Because I mean, it's like if you find From now, that's what you have to do. You got to binge watch it.
Yeah, we still need mystery. We don't want everything out in the previews.
But I think there's still some mystery. I mean, and I see where everybody's coming from, even like in the chat, you know, maybe this is not the biggest reveals of what's to come. Although it may take away from, maybe if you've seen the trailer, take away. And that's why some people don't even watch trailers, because they know they're going to have to put bits in there that are going to catch people to check out the season. So they probably are, especially with the mystery box, you know, they probably are going to put bits in there. It does seem like they've done a little bit more this season. So I'm curious to see then what is going to be the payoff with that.
I'm sure they're going to have some stuff later on.
Like the tooth thing got me, though. That was nice. I was like, oh shit, we're going back to the teeth. I like that they're kind of hitting at the chromonocle again, like the 7-4 or 4-7, however you want to look at it. Like, I like that they're hitting at certain things, though, within the episodes this season that are fully calling back to previous seasons and kind of solidifying the threads, as like Jade was trying to figure out with them above his head. So I like that they're doing it. The radio, I feel like that's another thread that they're kind of, again, solidifying. Like, there's going to be more with the radio. It's not done. And I can't remember all the bits on top of my head, but I do like that they're kind of doing that. Again, like what's with the teeth, they're not just kind of giving that up. And those are like little details, because again, not everybody at first even realized that Smiley had the teeth in his hand, right? Like, it was after people started talking about it and showing it off, and then it's like, okay, Smiley's hanging on to these teeth, and now we see Sophia grabbing up teeth. What is that going to be? The ballerina's being touched back on, so that's not gone. Still a lot of mystery with the ballerina, and I don't even know if they... I mean, the episode-to-episode previews sometimes can even be the worst, too, because that's literally showing you what's to come in the next episode. But I don't know if, like... Again, I don't think they showed in the main trailers anything with the ballerina, the teeth. I'm trying to think. There were certain things that they haven't put in the trailers as far as, like, the bigger trailers. Now, again, the episode-to-episode, I can't remember if they hit on the ballerina or anything like that, or the teeth. I don't remember that, but... So they are still, and then we're going back to Colony House basement with Acosta, researching things. The camera's been put under Donna's bed. Is that going to come back into play in some form? Boyd's key has come back into play.
And the toolkit of Boyd's is under the bed.
So, I mean, and some of those things, I mean, I do hate that, you know, if you watch the trailer, it kind of spoils some of the moments in the episodes. But, man, do we still have so much mystery left that I guess you weigh it. I mean, because are they going to be able to show us everything anyways? And then what mysteries are going to be left? We still have like a ridiculous amount of things unsolved.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. You know, I don't have a problem with them, like, after an episode and they show a preview for the next episode. That's cool with me. But the marketing trailers and the teasers and things that were before the season, you know, we had... You know, I deliberately, I knew it was going to be Sophia that he was transforming into, but I deliberately said that I thought it was going to be somebody else because I was really hoping for it. Because I was saying to myself, man, I hope they didn't make this that obvious.
Right. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that he was going to, I fooled myself and said, you know what? He's not going to change into Sophia. He's going to change into Jim. That's what my whole thing was.
Yeah, I thought he was changing into Jim. That was what my thought was.
It was so obvious that it was going to be Sophia.
I didn't see it. I ain't gonna lie. It probably was like obvious to me. I thought he was going into Jim.
You could see the blonde hair by the neck coming down when he was transforming, and I was like, oh man, I hope they don't do that. So I was hoping that it would be the colonial woman that they announced would be in the show as well. and we haven't seen the colonial woman yet, and I'm wondering if she's even going to have a large part. Like she might just have a part like, you know, the guy with the spike in his eye or the Civil War soldier. You know what I mean? It might be a small part like that. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully we do get some more, you know, people on the show that have answers and can give some dialogue. It would be dope to see someone in the town besides Ethan that's actually approaching this mystery like one of us. Like Ethan's literally Ethan is like we are. I'd say Jade is like we are. You know what I'm saying? But you just see a bunch of people walking around just you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's like we would love to see these people having conversations about the things that matter. You know what I mean?
Nah, facts.
Do the relationships and stuff matter in this place? Of course it do, because you know it's hard to trust anybody in a place where they could be tricked by some fucking kimono demon or
all this
something.
cryptic shit too. The boy in white's cryptic as fuck.
Yeah, the boy in white, and that whole situation is falling flat for me as well, because it's like, okay.
Well, I didn't expect this. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't expect the Elgin getting the dirt with Fatima like banding up together. I didn't kind of expect that.
I saw that coming because of Tilly. I saw that. I was like, okay, so Fatima's not gonna get in here and act all like afraid of this guy when she killed Tilly. She's not gonna, you know what I'm saying?
I thought she was gonna go whack the fuck out of him. I was hoping she
saw the kimono lady. She saw the kimono demon, and she's been such a sweet person in the show. Like, you know, she's been such a breath of fresh air on the show that I knew she was gonna have some type of compassion or, you know, sympathy. And I knew she was gonna ask him if he was okay. Are you okay? You know what I'm saying? And I
did not expect this whole box of dirt from him, though.
I was like, wow. When I saw that, I didn't even want to put that in a video. I didn't even want to talk about that. You know, I focus more on esoteric stuff. But I love that scene. I love that scene where she's like, yo, I need you to do this. And he's her little henchman too. You know what I'm saying? Like, what else is she gonna have him do? You know what I mean?
How far will he go for that?
How far will he go for Fatima?
I want to say, no worries, Captain Man. We'll probably be going for a little bit. If you make it back, feel free.
Okay.
Let me know. With the links, I sent it to you in Discord, so you got
no, I'll just turn the camera off. I'll be back in 5 minutes. So.
Oh, okay. No worries, man.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I agree. Thrifty says, I think criticizing trailers for spoilers works for us, people completely obsessed with the show. But I also think the average viewer was still surprised by a lot of the stuff in the episode. Yeah.
Yes, Thrifty. Yes, I agree with you on that. And like that pretty much proves my point about them, you know, catering to most of these new people that have come along. The Johnny come lately. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think this season is for, which is understandable, being that From is the flagship of fucking MGM right at this moment. Like everything else on there is just like, I you know.
That surprised me right there, but I am glad he got somewhat of a bath.
If that's what you want to call it, and that
look like some dirty ass water.
I don't know, man. He was pretty greasy to begin with. Maybe the water wasn't like that until he got in there.
Right?
No, them Brundles been look like turd water.
Was it?
Oh, yeah.
They like when Ellis and them was swimming in it. That shit was brown.
I immediately said, "How are they swimming in this fucking water?" That's what I thought. Like, how they swimming in it?
The Cromanacle took a shit in there or something.
Well, maybe now we know where it goes when they flush the
I hope they
toilet.
ain't swallowing that
no.
I mean, it's gotta go.
No.
It's
Yo,
gotta
it's
go
gotta be going somewhere.
Damn.
That shit's
We
going
we
to the
know the
front.
electricity just
We
goes
cracked
down.
the motherfucking code.
Man, I'm telling you, it's got the dookie green color in it. There's no blue, it ain't no white. It's the
But there's some
dookie,
blue
the
over
smushy
here.
green.
Way over there in the top corner.
Well, that's
there's
that collard green water. I'm telling you.
It's trying to turn blue
That's that
over
pot
here.
liquor.
Look, you can tell like the separation there. That's fucked up. Like it's
Damn right.
It's like right under him and shit. It's different.
Right? I mean, we know that gravity still works, so it's got to go down somewhere.
Yeah.
And you never
From
know.
down and out into the bundles. That's messed up.
You never know. They couldn't quite figure out the electricity. The electricity wires just went down into nowhere. You know, when
Right.
somebody flushes, that just
Well, the shit's going to the Brundles, no doubt about it. The shit is making its way to the Brundles. They in there. And see, it even looks like it. That is a terrible sight right there. Look at that.
Listen,
The
it
water's
shocked me. I
browner
didn't
than
think
the
for
dirt.
Jade to be in the water like that. I was shocked.
The water's browner than the dirt. Yo,
But that even makes me more surprised. Jade ought to be smarter than that shit.
Yo, this scene right here.
I mean, I know he
shout out
wants to trip. Is that what he was trying to do? He thought was he trying to trip off of? Never mind. I ain't gonna say what that is.
Nah. Tony Teflon's theory. He talked about the TV show Fringe, and and there's an episode where they get stuck in this town where they keep driving and they end up back on around. You know, just like in From. And there's so many different similarities of that episode with this show. But even if you watch more of the show, you see even more similarities as well. And one of them is this scene right here when Jade is floating in the water. They have this part where they did like the sensory deprivation, like on Stranger Things with 11, and you know, you see. They even have these like little spots in Atlanta all over the place, sensory deprivation spots where you could just go lay in the pool. It's like salt water and you lay in it and you're floating, and then they close that shit and it's like total darkness and you're in there. You could listen to music or whatever you want, or you could just go totally blank and no sensory at all and float. And it is it's an ancient meditation technique actually. And that's what they did on that show. So his theory just keeps popping up in these episodes. And I'm another one when I think that all of us are right. And I've been saying that since the very beginning of my channel. I think that everybody's theories are right. And I'm not talking about your theories like Elgin being the time traveling baby of Fatima and Ellis. Not that kind of stuff. I'm talking about the rooted, real, even your Clara thing. Like I love that now because I'm suspect of Donna, and I know you're not, right? But I think Clara has been the eyes and ears for Donna, and I think Dale was too. This is why Donna always has her hands in her pockets, and Dale was talking about a pocket dimension. And so I think this is why she, you know, went out of her way to like make a Native American stone tomb for this dude, you know, in the pool like she did. And, you know, I keep seeing another another one, you know, Tony thinks that these aliens have been captured and the government is testing on the aliens and they're the ones who wants to get away. And I think that I don't believe that theory. However, I think there is some credence to it when you start, like when Victor was in the tunnel with his father and his father said, "Do you have any more of those little green men?" And I think that was a nod to the aliens. And I also think that in this last episode, when Fatima and Ellis were leaving the funeral and they were like, "Poor Julie," it just seems like just last week we were making some space for her in our room. And so making space in a room, right? And that line jumped right out at me, right? Because I talk about that scene in the form of a Masonic initiation, because Fatima literally walks her in there blindfolded, and then Ellis does this whole ta-da routine, and he opens his arms to the grand drapes, and then he sits and crosses his leg with the pipe, so there it was like a Masonic ritual being played out. But the very next scene after Ellis says that, Victor says the exact same wording when he says, "Oh yeah, I'm glad I threw all my stuff away because I made space in my room for my dad. My dad's my roommate now. I'm glad I threw all my stuff away because I made space in my room." So I'm like, making space in a room, or making a room in space, could that have, like, I think that actually might mean something. The fact that they had that in the dialogue, and then editing wise, they chose to put those scenes right after each other. So shout out to Tony for that. The Fringe theory. It made me really go watch the show again, the Fringe show. And
Good show.
It's a great show. I remember you suggested that show to me years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Back in 2024, you said to watch that show. You said watch that, and I watched it. And
it's good. Yeah,
I didn't make it out of season 1. I'll be honest with you, because so much was going on. But then Tony suggested watch the episode. That episode is in season 5. But then I kept watching, and I was like, "Yo, From is all over this series right here, Fringe," and it's just the same as Lost. Wasn't it you that was locking down all the names?
That was actually
Debbie.
It was me, Debbie. Debbie ran, like, she really went with it. But yeah, like, we were comparing names, we were like comparing characters, but Debbie is really the one, like, who sat down and actually, like, made a general list, like a real list.
Oh yeah, she has. I think she has definitely like over 26 names or 30 names.
I think we're at more than that now.
Some wild ass number, like, of like synonymous names from to Lost. And then when you look at From and Lost are both 4-letter words with the O vowel. So I think that there is something to, what Tony's saying about the show creators actually doing things from other shows and stuff. Even Fatima building a dirt mound like the dude in Close Encounters of the Third Kind building the mashed potato mound.
Yeah. The volcano, yeah.
Yeah, the Devil's Tower, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I love it. I love it. And I love how you guys attack the show from a scene by scene. Let's zoom in. Let's do that. Because I'm from that school of thought right there. Like, I love to zoom in, pause it, check out every little fucking frame. And
look, man, I do it too bad though, real, because I accidentally saw a caulk gun.
We don't want to talk about that, Scarlett.
What? Look, man, it was
what? I didn't catch that. What you say, Scarlett?
Well, you remember when Tabitha was back at Henry's place walking downstairs, and we had to the basement. We had all these lovely images down there, like all over the fucking place, right? But it wasn't like they was all up close. Only some of them were. So we had those certain images when she first walks into that wall. That kind of had like the colony house. It had like the dude with the one eye and stuff, but it had some other stuff over there to the left we couldn't quite see, so we zoomed in on it. Apparently, it was like a claw. It was a little blurry, but it was apparently just a caulk gun. Like, there was like some cloth behind it.
What did you say it was, though?
Well, we didn't know. We thought it was an image, so we're sitting here thinking that there was like people on it, and we saw it because it was yellow. You know how like the caulk gun had like this yellow part on it?
Yeah.
And then because
we analyzed this thing for like streams.
But you wouldn't believe how many people thought that they saw something too.
Yep. And then, dreams were
That's
shattered
hilarious.
when it was told to us, oh, that's a caulk gun.
Well,
We
I
were like,
zoomed back out and I said, well, I'll be goddamn. You know what?
Do you
Actually,
guys
maybe that
believe
is.
Henry?
Hmm?
Do you guys believe Henry?
I mean, I do. I mean, it's hard to say now because, like, anything that I think I believe, at some point, it's slightly debunked or they kind of twitch it a little. Like, even anything I believe with Victor, right? Anything I believe with Victor that he has said so far, I have to take with a grain of salt, right? Because we already know, like, he's going to replace people. He's going to even confuse the boy in white with Jasper, having me thinking Jasper's fucking talking and shit, going to walk around like goddamn Chucky. But that wasn't the case, right? It was boy in white. So
Right.
even with what's about to come, have you seen like the trailer for the next episode?
No. Can you play it?
Let me see if I can find that. I know. I think y'all sent it to me before. Let me see. You go back through our. You go through the DMs. Oh God, all the secret DMs. Shit, I don't know if I have. Let me see if I can go find it. Because I don't remember. Where did I watch it? Wait, where are we at? Because they release it how many days before?
Where do they put it at? Where is it released at?
Eventually, it's released on X and stuff like that. So many days before the episode. Otherwise, who did I watched it all from somewhere.
That's so stupid not to put it on YouTube.
Let me see if it's because I know it's on other people's channels and depending. Wait, did JH have it this week?
I'm not too sure. Hold on.
I'm trying to remember who I watched it off of. And I want to say it was most likely JH, but I can't remember. Let me go back and see. Well, it's got some bits that's going to make me question again our boy's memory. Or maybe not. Maybe it is just the way it seems, but it's just.
Yo, I got to tell you. Elgin has accumulated a lot of fucking dirt over there with that damn cooler.
Vic sent it, Scarlett.
And I'm going to be real with you. That's a lot of trips. And you got to take them shit all the way up the steps. That's a lot of trips for a person that has serious hand and eye trauma. You know that shit has got to be sore as hell.
So fresh.
So fresh. Like he's fucking like this. The trauma that he's got would definitely have you in the bed for a couple of days just off of just inflammation and just all types.
Hell yeah. I do not know how he's even up walking around.
That's what the fuck I'm saying. Like, how the fuck is he going? Look at all that dirt.
Driver.
Because that dirt is like 5 times the size of. He's made at least and it's full of dirt right now. Like it's got dirt in it now. He took a bunch of fucking trips for her. I think she's gonna have him do something else.
That's the other trailer, Vic. Talking about the episode 4 trailer, the preview for episode 4. This is the one they put out in between episode 2 and episode 3 on MGM.
And she told him to go get more too.
Yeah, she did. She said this might need some more.
He's having a Roy Neary moment from Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Fact.
Bringing all that dirt in, man, through the windows and making mashed potatoes of the mountain. That's a classic movie.
Yeah, that's definitely what
they drew from that. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
They definitely drew from that.
There you go, Scarlett. I sent it to you.
Which I think is brilliant that they did that because Close Encounters of the Third Kind was 1979. So you're looking at like 40 years ago.
Oh, there you go. Like that's definitely touching on Tony's alien theory. You know
absolutely. Yep. Yeah, I listened to Tony. I'm in there too. And,
he dropped a video today where he talked about
this.
Yeah, he talked about the third Close Encounters of the Third Kind. They had the little kid in there that was drawing the pictures. They had the other woman that was painting.
Yep.
All of that is what you see right here.
You're good, Vic. You're good.
That's the first thing I thought of when I seen that. And then I heard somebody else say it on a channel. I'm like, hey, man, that's Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That's Roy Neary flipping out.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Started off with a plate of mashed potatoes.
Yep.
I'm about to bring this up. So for the guys out there in the chat who do not wish to check out, this is again going to be the episode 4 trailer or preview trailer for episode 4. So if you don't want to watch it, I understand. We're giving you a moment to depart, because we'll probably talk about it as well, we thank you for hanging. Give us like 30 minutes, possibly. I don't know how long it's going to take us to talk about it. But, all right. Given enough time, hopefully. Here we go. Let's see. Hopefully it works out. We'll find out. All right. So, and again, this is like somebody had a screen recorded it. I think it was, what was that, From Frenzy guy on X?
Yeah.
It's like he screen recorded it, I believe, from TV. Because again, they play it after the episode actually airs Sunday night.
Does this play after the episode airs?
Yeah.
Okay. So
this is like the coming attractions for the next episode.
Oh, so you got to wait for it to air, and then
that's the only time they show the trailer for the next
So this
episode.
is like on TV, right?
Well, they put it out on X and stuff like the day before the next episode airs or something. There's like a day or so before the next episode drops that they will release it eventually.
Jade's tripping. I can't wait.
But it's like if you want to see it before, like you don't want to wait till like, because I've seen it released on X at some point. Me too. But it's like right before the next,
before the new episode.
Yeah, it's like right before the new episode drops or a day or so before. So this is not going to be a great quality, but it is what we got. The sound's probably not going to be great because again, he screen recorded it. So bless him for doing so. We thank you, sir.
You go on this little trip, you know you may not come back, right?
That thing I carried inside me. He feels how afraid I am.
Boy, I'm telling you, already right off the bat, I know it's 30 seconds, but you already know real. I went 11. Oh, I'm fucked. He's tripping, and that little boy's coming into play, which is, I'm assuming, Jade's little self.
Yeah. Now that makes me think that looks like the kid from the Institute. That looks like Avery.
A little bit, but I'm curious to see, like, if he's tripping with this, and it leads, and is his younger self leading him to the caves?
Yeah, if he goes to the caves high on mushrooms, yeah, I'm worried about that.
That's going to be interesting to see, because if that
I think that's what Donna was talking about. You may not come back, not from the trip, but from the caves.
Okay.
Oh, it is Avery, Del?
Del
Senia says it is Avery.
Yeah. Hey, Deb. I can't see the chat.
I'm sorry. I miss Avery for what?
The boy in this picture is Avery from the Institute, the little boy.
Oh, okay.
So it's the same actor.
Avery is an overpowered meta-human in the Stephen King universe.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, this kid is fucking crazy.
Yes, they're shiny white unicorn.
That's I know. I could not stand that. I ain't even gonna lie. I can't watch that show anymore. That was the worst.
I hate how they executed it.
They didn't do a good job.
No, they did not.
In my opinion. But that's my opinion. Like,
the symbolism was off the charts, though. I'm not going.
There were some points I wish they had done more with the Night Knocker, as far as like the mystery solving shit, the way he was going around and doing shit. The kids, I felt like they kind of just, I don't know. There was something about the way they did the kids and stuff. Not even about the horrific things. It was just like, they just kept the way they threw him into the show kind of irritated me.
I hate how they kill Annie. And like, she was probably one of the most interesting characters on the show.
But and like I said, I don't even know if I can do another season of that one. But that is interesting that they're going to bring him in there. And then we got Fatima talking about some bits.
He feels how afraid I am.
It feels how afraid.
Nice to see you again.
Whatever's wrong with me, what if I pass it on to someone else and then the voices start torturing them?
Oh, that's so horrific. Like, she's worried about that, and she got this girl all up in there with her.
Oh yeah, that's a bad situation. I think I don't trust Sarah.
This is at the
being real with you.
Oh, I don't trust her either. And then completely. I mean, like 50. I don't want to live in the same house with her. Look, I don't want to live in the same house with her. All I'm
Sarah
saying,
slander, bro.
Look, I'm not slandering her. I just said I'm not.
It's not slander if it's true.
All I'm saying is I cannot sleep comfortably at night in the same house as her. I'm not saying put her in the box. I'm just not going to sleep in the same house with her.
Look, I'm going to tell you this.
This is like the pull.
Sarah tried to kill a little kid. Like that right there.
Going overboard.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
Well, the only thing I give her any kind of slack for that is that they were threatening her brother and stuff, and it is kind of crazy in this place, but still, though, you should do better.
Yeah, her brother lived longer than that little boy, so
Well, no, Ethan's still living.
Well, I'm talking about her brother. The voices
Yeah.
were saying kill Ethan, and
Or they said if you don't kill Ethan,
right, I will kill your brother,
and that's what happened.
Yeah, she should have been like, well, my brother's lived longer, and that's a young boy who hasn't got as many years. So take out your brother, maybe.
Well, she did in the end.
Yeah,
But you see the double-edged sword. People saw her trying to kill Ethan or unalive Ethan. My bad, but they saw her try to unalive Ethan, and then she eventually unalived her brother. Anyway, you see how this town fuck with you. She tried to do it.
All right, so here's the thing. She lied about that too. She lied. That's where she told a lie. Yep. She said that she did that because they told her that everybody would go home. She said if she do that. But then she told Boy something else. And he knew what her reasoning was already, but he didn't buy it. And he asked her again. And he kind of got it out of her. And she screamed it at him. She was like, they said if I didn't do it, then my brother would die. And I think that's the truth, because
that's what I believe.
Actually
happened. Me too.
I don't think
and that's what ended up happening. Exactly what they threatened her, and exactly what they threatened her with is what happened. Because she didn't follow through with taking out Ethan, and in the same breath, she took her in her own hands, took out her brother.
I think they told her to tell people that if we do this, we'll be able to go home. That's what you need to tell everybody.
Right. No, I agree with that.
And
I'm just saying the threat was real.
The first thing she did was went to the clinic and asked Christy about, if you had to do something bad, would you do it if it could get everyone home?
Right.
So
she was feeling the guilt of it. Like
they told her to say that stuff. And I believe they told her the whereabouts of Fatima, and they told her to go remove Elgin's eye.
It could be. I took it as, again, like, I believe that they wanted what she said as far as what she said to Boyd about her brother. I believe that threat was real, or at least in her head, the threat was real from whatever these voices are. I do believe they told her where Fatima was. She didn't seem, there's nobody around her when the voices came to her and she started clutching on the ground for her to be pretending or acting for anybody. It did not seem as if she was trying to tell them leave her alone and stuff. So I don't think she was in cahoots at that point with the voices.
I think it hurts her to hear those voices. I don't think she likes being a part of that. But
I'm just saying, I don't think she's in cahoots at any point at that part where they're telling her about Fatima. No, I think she went to Boyd literally look, they're coming to me, and where is Fatima?
Right. They were laughing again, and they said that you'll find her, but
you
not
won't find her in time.
Right.
So I think she's taking.
They said the same thing about Julie Randall and Marielle.
She's very aware. It's why when she was talking to Elgin the way she was trying to get him look, dude, you don't understand. These voices are fucking with you. And he didn't want to. And she knew how far she would have to go in order to get that information, because she has been fucked with by those.
But he didn't never tell her.
But he did. I thought
he never told her.
Did he not tell him? I thought that's how they went down and found him.
Well, she knew already.
So I don't think she did. But I mean, I could be wrong. I've been wrong about plenty.
So here's the thing. If he told her, then why she take the eye out?
Because she took the eye out and he was like, the seller. Twitch it out and shit.
They made a point not to clip at all. When they followed, everybody was in the kitchen. That's when you start hearing the screaming. Then
right. And when they come up there, she's behind, walking back from.
Yeah, but you hear him screaming the whole time. You don't hear it there's no cut in there where it could have been an off-screen thing where he said it or anything.
But I give you that. But I'm just saying, I mean, we'll see. I think she's, still I don't think she's in cahoots with him. I don't think she knew that, but I could see where you're coming from with it.
Nah, somebody said she took the eye out, as he said, seller. I went to go listen to that. First of all, I listened to that shit over and over and over again after it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody said that to me. So I was like, maybe I missed it, I went
Well, I
back.
don't think we can hear it. I think it's said without us being able to hear it. I think it's supposed to be kind of implied because of the way that she kind of tells them. But I can see where you're coming from. If you look at it from her being like in cahoot, I think she just completely popped it and fucked it up. And I don't know if they just didn't want to show like that. Probably have to go back and see like.
If they showed us them sewing that nasty hole up, that shit looked.
Well, I don't think the eye was still in there at that point. The eye.
I know. If they showed us that, then they would have definitely showed us the eyeball. I think she has it, and I think she also has Toby's tongue somewhere, and it kind of fits the bill, like how the monsters take stuff.
And it could. I mean, like I said, I could be. I've been wrong about so much shit in the show, so she could be a little bit more willing with the voices still than I believe.
It's the lie. Because why would you lie and say the whole thing about going home and then say, oh, well, they said if I didn't do it, my brother would die. So, and she didn't do it and her brother died.
Well,
so
I think both are true. I think they were telling her, if you do this, you will get home. And if you don't, your brother will die.
Okay. That's
an interpret. Like From does this a lot, right? Like From does this so much where they give us this stuff, and then it's really almost like an interpretation of the scene, almost like your perception of the scene and how like you perceive the dialect. Because like the way I'm perceiving the dialect or the scene is going to be different from it. And that's one of the reasons I like the show is because we're all going to see it ridiculously different, and they leave it up for that interpretation.
And they leave it up for that. And but one thing about this season that I am liking is that they're converging all the theories now. Like all of the theories are kind of coming together, and I think at the end, most of us will have got pieces of it right and pieces of it wrong.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what else we got here.
To someone else, and then the voices start torturing them.
We came in the car just like the rest of us. And when everyone died, I saw him. He was eating.
See, yeah, that's our Julie. Pause it. That's our.
I gotta go back.
Remember I was talking about earlier.
Calm down. I got you.
No. I'm about.
Yeah, she's got her haircut when she is.
Well, the wig cap she's got on looks terrible though. Her forehead is smooth.
The wig is crazy. The wig is, but this is something else.
Who is that?
This Julie has her eyebrows done.
Yeah, they are. They are. Alternate universe Julie.
But see, she goes through that way. So she gets her hair cut in between whatever we seen last episode into this one. She's going to have it cut. So we are getting to what we saw at the end of season 3, Julie.
But when does she get her power to defeat the man in yellow? That's my question.
Well, we see that she didn't have it at the end of season 3.
No,
so maybe
yet.
Sometime by the end of this season.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
Then I can't wait to see what these pictures with.
I know, it's so much.
It is some good bits.
Do you think that we get another current man in yellow?
I'm not sure. If we do, I would assume it would be at the end of the season. But again, with this show, I wouldn't be surprised. I would say end of season, if at all. Other than like a back like this.
See my esoteric jumping right now. Check out the primal squat that he's doing over the body.
Yeah.
He's doing the primal squat. One of the bodies has a scalp missing. Like Native Americans would scalp their victims. Also, there's a little girl laying in the ditch that has on tap dancing shoes.
Where is she at? Did I miss her?
It's not in the trailer though, but it's in.
Oh, you're talking about in the original like massacre scene?
Right, in the massacre.
Okay, my bad. Yeah.
I just look how the bodies were in the street. Like they
I mean,
went out
can
of
I say
homes.
something? I honestly think the man in yellow is the ones that's ripping people open, eating their organs and stuff. This only confirms it because we haven't seen a monster do this. We've only seen a monster claw at somebody. We've only seen them with Tia Chan pull her scalp back, but we have not seen a monster open up someone and eat their organs. I'm telling you,
Well,
the man in
So
yellow
then when
the
is he
barn-
popping out in the morning? Because like Randall's been, well, I guess I'm trying to think of who would have been able to see in the morning time when the bodies, because if that means he's been popping around every night or early
that's
morning.
what that would mean. But then also, Tien Chen was when in the next morning, you
was ripped up.
Yeah, she was ripped open and her insides were scooped out.
And Boyd didn't mention the man in
So
yellow.
Boyd would have seen them eat this shit.
Well, yeah, I think if he is the deal maker and the monsters are made the deal with him and got powers from him, I'm assuming then the monsters are going to have all the powers that the man in yellow has, but the man in yellow is going to have plus plus plus.
Do you think that he's the deal
and
maker?
I think that.
And that's why
I honestly,
or whatever the deal maker is, I'm assuming like, okay, if he's just another notch above the monsters, whatever the deal maker is, seems like they all have the same kind of powers. Because even the shape shifting to a degree, it's not as powerful as this guy or man in yellow, but they do shape shift themselves. They rip open bodies. We saw how he ripped Jim's throat. So they're similar in some regards. Whatever, if he's not the big bad, whatever the big bad is, seems like they retain these powers from it.
I still think the big bad is on that cave painting, and that wasn't the sack that Smiley came out of. I think that's the big bad.
Okay.
The red painting in the cave.
Yeah. What I was going to say to continue off the Tia Chan situation, I think the monsters only did that to show Boyd. Because if we look at the picture or go back and look at that scene, they stop. The cowboy was like, "You said this place wouldn't break you. We finna find out." They stopped. They stopped, and then they looked at the cowboy like, "What's next?" And then the next step was to show them how far they would go in front of Boyd. Because if you notice, why wasn't Jim wasn't ripped open? They do certain.
Yeah,
they do certain.
Was ripped open.
Jim was ripped open.
Yeah,
he was right. I figured that he was, but I didn't think that his rib cage was whipped open like Tom or
the rib cage being open is
his body was.
So he was okay. All right.
Everybody's body that I seen on the show.
All right.
And that would have been possibly. It could have been the man in yellow or the monsters. I assume the monsters when they went to go hang him up.
His shit was.
But yeah, I think
neat looking.
They were told to do that.
My fault. Go ahead.
Well, I think that's part of what they do. That's part of their powers or their the whole spiel of whatever the big entity is. It's kind of rooted in that evil or that magic. So I think them ripping people apart, I think they've been doing that since they became whatever this monster creature that they are.
I think that they do eat the people too, because we always see them with the bloody mouth.
Hey, Kayla got it.
Mm-hmm.
Smiley.
Sorry, let me finish this and then I can get back to the chat because I'm looking at this. I'm not even looking at the chat. Here, we'll finish this up and then I'll head back over to StreamYards. Did you give another gifted membership?
Yeah, I sure did.
I heard you. That's why I was like, damn it, I'm not looking at the chat.
Kayla got it.
Well, congratulations. I'm gonna highlight just a second. Hang on.
Yeah, she just popped in too.
And that was the end anyways. Okay, perfect.
I'm glad the algorithm is giving people within the chat the free memberships. I think that's awesome.
Thank you, Cap.
You're welcome. Glad I could help. I can because I care.
Say what is that now? You can pick who the memberships go to now?
No, you can't. And no, but I think
wish you
because
could.
there's so few people in the chat, like at this point, I think that it looks at that too.
Well,
my
and if
channel's got
you're
5,000 subs almost, and it goes to random people I've never seen in my chat in like 7 months. So
yeah, it's supposed to pick up on like your like the person's activity with
Exactly.
the channel. So if you're liking the streams, active in the chat, subscribed, you're supposed to be guaranteed a little bit more of that. And then you got to make sure, of course, that your gifted membership little tab thing or whatever that is checked so you can receive them. However they moved it around.
I've gotten memberships and not even
Same.
live.
Same.
I've gotten
Same.
membership sometimes, and I'm not even in the live. I just get an email notification that somebody gifted me
Yeah.
a
Same
membership.
And I've noticed that too. Like when I venture into other channels, like their live streams, some of those people end up getting a membership without even ever coming over to my channel. Like I saw that happen. Who was it? Wirelight. I don't even know if he ever came to my channel, Dana.
I got like 3
But I was over
memberships
there,
right
and somehow
now,
he was
and I
like, "I just got
wasn't even in the
I got a
live.
membership from you," and I was like, "Whoa, that's weird."
Are you gonna play the membership theme song?
I am.
Everybody loves it. It's so wonderful.
I am. I'm getting there.
Welcome to the fever dream. Fever, you're on fire. Welcome to the burning desire. I said fever. Join the party. We're burning all through the night.
Thank you again, Captain.
You're welcome.
And congratulations, folks. Let's see. I was bringing back up these screenshots. Yeah, that was pretty much the trailer. So, and again, if we're seeing Julie there and he's at the massacre during the day, we talked about it a little bit earlier. And I'm following you now, James. That could be after Victor and the boy in white. But man, I'm curious. If the boy in white's never there, I'm gonna lose my shit. He probably is. Okay, it's probably the way James said it, and it's a little switcheroo and timing. And they're
Well,
fucking with
if
us, but-
Victor was the only one that ever saw the boy in white, that could be true that he doesn't exist in Victor's mind. But Ethan saw him, Tabitha, Henry, Tabitha in the real world. I mean, he just seems to be in that respect, more than just one person. No,
I'm just curious because we all wondered, like, the boy in white's just walking around these dead bodies and stuff. Did you actually? Is that the first time you actually like ran into the boy in white, or is this another instant of like the trauma caused him to think he talked to the boy in white? Now, I'm not saying he still didn't talk to the boy in white at some point.
Right. To me, it seems like the boy in white
talk to the boy in white with the doggy and all those bits. I'm curious.
Yeah,
to
the
see
boy
if
in
that's
white
gonna
showed
play out
up
the
to help
same.
him because he knew this is going to be very traumatic for this kid. So I need to show up as soon as he comes out of the cellar and sees this crap. So the boy in white shows up and says, "Hey, take your mind off that. Come over here and get on the merry-go-round and let's do something else." And the bigger question. Let me throw this out there. My theory about the man in yellow just being for the cycle, and he's really the evil entity and all that, and now he's Sophia, that kind of thing. What if the boy in white, same thing? The boy in white hasn't been the boy in white forever. Each cycle he changes, and he changed right as that cycle ended. He changed into the boy in white for Victor.
Oh, interesting.
So if another massacre happens and the game ends, the boy in white could change into something else, just like the man in yellow will
growing
eventually.
up.
Right.
That's heavy.
At first, I thought
I love that. I love that.
But now,
because I think that's so fitting. It's so fitting that if the man in yellow is the entity, every cycle he's got to fit in, right? Because he says this is his favorite part. His favorite part is being able to interact and mess with these people more personally. Like he gets to be in the thick of it. But we change. Humanity changes. So he can't come as a colonial woman now. He's got to come as somebody who's going to be able to infiltrate and get in. What better way than, oh, I'm a poor pastor's daughter who just lost their father. Nobody's going to suspect that. Nobody's going to think that the pastor's daughter is anything but the pastor's daughter. A man in yellow comes in a nice clean suit in the 70s, you wouldn't think anything of it.
Can you pull the picture up of the man in yellow kneeling by the body again? Let's look at his suit. Let's analyze the suit and see what type of
Let me get a screenshot of it. That way I can keep my open.
Dump it in the folder there.
So give me a minute. Give me just 1 second.
Yep, I'll pick through the chat if you want while you do that. Okay, let's go up a little bit. David says yellow gold shadow, inner gold, golden shadow, like the movie Smile 2. Smiling yellow shadow self. Did I miss something you said before? Because I'm sorry, I'm not following you, hun. And then he said again, boy in white is polar opposite of man in yellow. Very true. Jackson says, I agree, David. In the beginning of the cycle, though because right now, as time's progressing, the boy and White is getting older. And if you look at his pants, they're turning yellow. Interesting. So, yeah, I mean, so much to unpack. But I'm just curious, what do you guys think by the end of the season? How much do you think they're going to tell us? Or do you think they're going to wait until the final season to just kind of reveal it all? Do you honestly think that we'll get any big answers this season?
They claim we were.
Well, didn't they kind of say that for last season as well?
And they, I guess they gave us the reincarnation bit. The kids, you know, what Fatima was really pregnant with, you know.
Okay. So what do you think? Do you get any answers this season, Real? What do you think we're going to get answers for? What do you think they're going to kind of reveal to us?
I think we might get the Lake of Tears, because that seems to be the big thing that they're talking about now.
Probably the pool.
You know, we'll get that situation. We'll probably get the Lake of Tears. I would love to get something more about the spiders, and I feel like that's been totally abandoned since season 1. I seen somebody say that the symbol wasn't roots, it was spider legs. I can get with that.
I had mentioned that, yeah, one time. Maybe not in here, but it looked like spider legs.
Okay,
yeah, it could
I
be.
said that a giant spider comes down and bites the kids or something like that. That's what I said.
It could be.
I think we'll get some of those things. Yeah, the John, that comment, John Griffin said that we'll definitely get some answers. So I hope that's not a dud, you know, because it looks like they're bringing more questions, really, right now.
Right, because now we know they're ending in season 5. So it's like, and we're getting into season, like episode 4.
It's crunch time.
Yeah, like we're
right.
You got to
I think
start.
Tabitha's I mean, if they've shown her going back to the settlement and possibly remembering some stuff, so hopefully we'll get more with, again, Jade in the backstory. They're showing him going in the caves and stuff. I'm hoping they'll give us some more concrete like bits, because even like we're talking about the symbol, right? The way that they told the story, or at least it might have even been from Victor's mouth, which again, if it is, grain of salt, about how like they laid on the slabs, poured their hopes into the roots that created the symbol and created the trees. So if you go by what they say, well, then that's where the symbol was created. But again, is it concrete? Can we take that as concrete information? 50-50, right?
Right. I think they've done a bad job with Victor, the writing around Victor, in my opinion. Victor wasn't even supposed to make it to season 2 in the original script, but I think they've done a bad job with some of the stuff. Unless the only thing that fixes it is that Henry's line.
We'll have to see. But here, I do got the picture you wanted to check out with our man.
Let me ask you a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the story about Miranda is true, she's the only person that's coming to this place with like actual knowledge of things, like kids and towers, and
well, she's the only one that we know of out of the 2 cycles. We don't know if any previous.
Right, and she painted this stuff. So doesn't she come into there? So she's the only person that we know of so far. I mean, people, Tabitha dreamed about the place, yada, yada, yada. But I don't see Miranda as Victor paints her. I don't see that. I can't see Miranda how Victor paints her. When Victor paints Miranda, she's like a mom that was there with her kids stuck in this place, and they had to hide every night just like everybody else. She started going crazy like most people do and having problems seeing these children. And then she came across the information that the children were in the towers. According to Henry, she knew all of this shit already.
Right. I thought, like, and again, his memory is so jacked up that he may not even remember the original story she told them when they entered. Like, why? Because, like, she took them and knowingly was trying to find from, and it seemed as if she was always telling them these stories. So he could have been fully aware of some of the bits beforehand, but he might have blocked a lot of that out because he blocked out his sister. I mean, he blocked out so much of sort of before the massacre. He doesn't want to talk about anything with his mom. Like, even when they would start to bring up his mom, at first, he didn't want to say anything about it. Like, he totally shut down. He did
Right.
not want to talk about his mama. It took him a minute, even with Jade. It was only because he knew that Jade played the violin, and he started to open up a little bit. But even then, he closed right back down. He did not want. And then, so he might eventually come to a realization of the fact that his mom put him there.
Right.
Like, he might have blocked that out. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a
The
child, like,
problem
he
I
might
have
not
is
even want to, like, deal with that.
I've considered that. Like maybe Victor's blocked out so many things, or maybe he just doesn't talk about them and has forgot about them over time. I've considered that. The problem
Right.
I have, if that's the truth, then how are you remembering things that never happened?
What if
Like,
the man in yellow touched his head and fragmented his memory?
yeah, did something had to happen to
You
him?
can touch
It
people.
has
Well,
to
it
be a
seems
better
like he can
explanation
remember some
because
things,
there's
but like
one
his
thing.
sister, he didn't remember anything really about his sister until after he got the photos. And it wasn't until after he got the Crayola little crayon thing that he even remembered that there was more to something that happened that night, which is what made him kind of, and then Tabitha talking to him kind of got him to remember about his sister. And then he started remembering more about her. It was almost like he had to unlock these memories.
Right. And like Cap said, you know, the man in yellow could have did something to him. Maybe perhaps that happened. But the only thing, and Eloise is the only thing that is actually consistent with memory loss. Like the fact that he forgot that he had a sister. Like that's consistent with memory loss. Everything else is you may have a lost memory, but I can't see a person just remembering something totally that didn't happen at all. Like I could see if
Suggestive memory.
I could see if you remembered something and like you may got it twisted on how it happened because that actually happens. Like you know, I
The
have
mind is weird, especially when it comes to
right.
trauma and stuff like that, and how the mind will try to reason with things, and it'll totally, completely alter events for you.
Right. Now see, all right, so I
Well, that's
remember
why if you have a group of people who all go through the same situation, if you ask each one of them to describe what they saw, it's different from
I
person
was
to
about to
person.
say that. I was about to say that, and the perspective makes it different and everything. I was going to say, I remember this time where me and two of my cousins and my uncle is like 4 years older than us. So he's like cousin age, kind of, you know? And we got chased by dogs. And we always like talk about that sometimes. Like if we're all together, like that whole situation might come up like, yo, remember them dogs, you know? And you know, we tell the story. Now we all have this one memory about this that is consistent, where one of my cousins was real big. You know what I'm saying? And the story is funny because he was he was running so fast, he was running faster than all of us, and he was in the front of all of us. And these dogs were, it was like 6 fucking dogs chasing us down an alleyway. And you know, this story is funny because my cousin, he was real big. He was the one running in front of us. But there are aspects of the story that everybody has a different Like, no, we didn't go there after we left the alleyway. We went to this place, or we were on our way to this place. And everybody had like a different version of events, but there was just this one binding memory that made the story funny for us, that we actually all had the same memory of how Cuz was in front of everybody running. You know what I mean? And he was asses and elbows, the biggest one. He's running faster than everyone, you know. And you know, for memory loss and things, I could see him. I think even the puppet is consistent. But the big problem here is that he said that the first time he saw the boy in white was at the massacre, but Chris in the basement actually had to happen before the massacre.
Well, that's again, he didn't even remember that scene had happened like that. So that's why I question this massacre scene. Was the boy in white even there at all? Or did he, through his trauma and having known the boy in white prior, put him into that spot? And we'll find out. Maybe it was his like. Can you imagine if Eloise is the one that's sitting spinning around on that damn thing?
Right. Well, see here, check this out. Okay, so when Victor tells Tabitha, I think he was in the basement with Sarah and Tabitha, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it Sarah and Tabitha in the basement with Victor?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, right, because he was trying to get the thing.
He was trying to get the Jasper. He had the Jasper. He was trying to figure out what had happened. And Tabitha helped him. She talked him through it to help the memory. And that was actually very therapeutic. That's what people would do when someone's going through trauma. They help talk them through. What do you remember? Do you remember a smell, a sight? Where were you? Was it dark? Was it light? To help your memory kind of, because he was so traumatized by that, like whatever it was that was going on. And again, it was attached to the massacre. Everything about the massacre he repressed to some degree. Like he still held on to the photos of the massacre, but if you keep listening to him, he says, I thought it wasn't real.
I told myself it wasn't real.
Right. However he phrased it. But even with the massacre and the dogs, it triggered his memory when he saw it. He even always questioned the boy in white to a degree until he was like, oh, he's back. Okay, so he's real. This wasn't a dream. This shit's real. These things actually did happen. And it's unlocking like several memories. But that trauma's hard. It really fucks with it for him. That's why Tabitha has been there a lot of times to help him through it. If you remember, she was there for the doll, Jasper. She was there for the Crayola Crayon Mama Memory Sister Mystery. You know what I'm saying? Tabitha's been there to help coax him through that trauma.
Well, I don't know if you mentioned it earlier, but when somebody goes through a severe trauma, they regress their memories. The brain blocks it to save the person because the memory is so tragic that it's like a self-defense mechanism in the brain. And then over the years, that memory can come back. I think it's called regressed memory.
Right, right.
It is.
Well, you know,
and that's how he is acting. If you see, especially when he realized
the big
clothes, when he saw the man in yellow's clothes, and he urinated on himself, and he immediately went to that doll. That was unlocking another memory. And he was telling his dad that, like, to me, that follows the trauma and the kind of, like you said, regressed memories, kind of things coming back to surface that and again, how did he survive? Well, his brain, for one thing, the psychology behind it, he had to forget these things. There's no way for his brain to have been able to continue. Like, he probably, as a child, he probably would have broke down.
Well, and it might not have been fear necessarily when he saw the yellow jacket. It could have been that memory coming back, and that memory is so connected with him that
if he saw the man in yellow eating his mom, I can imagine that would that alone, with anything else on top of that, I could imagine if he forgot that, because remember, we don't even see that part. He tells us that he found his mom to Tabitha, right? He says, I found my mom at the bottle tree. He never mentioned the man in yellow being there, again, because that was another traumatic moment. He regressed. He regressed the memory of the man in yellow actually eating his mom.
Okay, so here's the problem with the basement scene. You have you have the plausible deniability with Victor's memory. However, we have another character that's been brought into the fold and given the information about his mother. Okay, his mother Tabitha, if she was there to, be therapeutic and help him sort through this situation, when he expressed that he felt like he was the reason why his mom died because he told her what the boy in white said, she could have easily said, but Victor, that's not your fault because your mom already knew about the kids in the tower. And so that's where the problem really comes in with the whole narrative with just Victor. His memory isn't reliable because you have two other characters that know Miranda and they double down on this discrepancy because after that they have him talking to his dad at the grave site of Eloise and Miranda.
Well, Daryl makes a good point. Like, just because she drew the picture of the tower, or the lighthouse, she may not have known that that was the tower.
No, she knew it because this is exactly exactly the reason why Henry.
I remember Henry talked about the tree.
No, Henry decided not to
Did
tell.
He say? I can't remember. Did he say that she was? Oh wait,
Henry
didn't he say he was trying to go save the children or something?
Police. Henry was going to turn her into the police until she said she had to get the kids in the tower. And he said, "Wait a minute, what you say?"
That's right. So she did. So Daryl, yeah, I guess
she knew about that, but she didn't know that how to get to the tower was going through the tree. That's what she learned from the conversation Victor overheard, and Victor tells her she's maybe been thinking about how to do it. And Victor says, "Oh, well, Christopher said you go through the tree. Boy in white told Christopher to go through the tree." And she's like, "Well, shit, you guys stay in here," especially when the massacre started happening, because Christopher started going crazy. So she told the kids, "Y'all hide in the cellar."
Christopher started going crazy. How?
Well, she hid the kids in the cellar to go to the tree to go to save the kids because of what was starting to happen. Christopher was kind of doing something because she told Victor and Eloise, "You guys hide here in the cellar away from Christopher."
Right. She told Victor to go find a new hiding place that Christopher didn't know about. Right. So, but she already knew about the kids in the tower, and it wasn't about how to get there. He said that he told his mom that the kids were in the tower.
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that. But I don't know now. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch.
Well, Victor even said that Christopher was really nice at first, and then he started to, get mean, because of the influence. And have you guys seen that one photo of all four previous Jades on the porch of Colony House with their violins? It's creepy looking. Anybody seen that?
I know the one I seen with the one that you sent me, and it is somebody put an image together. I don't know if it was like AI or something.
I don't know if it's AI or if it's from the show or not, but it's creepy.
That's from the trailer they accidentally released.
From the trip. Yeah, it's probably Jade's trip.
They accidentally released a trailer that had extra footage in it.
Oh, okay. Well then, I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently that's a spoiler.
It is kind of a spoiler, I guess.
See, I don't even know because I don't even know what was in that.
I'll send you that picture if you
No, because that's a spoiler, man. We're not going to show it.
Okay, yeah, I came across it on accident. I was like, wait, what's this?
Yeah, see, I don't even know. I mean, I knew the picture because you sent me. I think you sent it to me, but I didn't. I just assumed it was like AI or something. Like,
okay,
so
I won't send you spoilers anymore. I totally understand.
I say I didn't even know.
Yeah. I figured that's what Jade sees on his trip.
I shoot you about the way I talk about it. Spoilers.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Because I didn't even know. You get me in trouble.
I'm excited. This show is like crack, but in TV show form.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with this scene, because if Julie comes upon him, is she going to interact with our man in yellow? And again, is it good at what point then does Victor walk into this scene, or is this after Victor's left with the boy in white or something? I don't know, but it's gonna be curious to see how this plays out. Like, what time did Victor come upon the bodies? And if this is early morning, again, Victor may not be here yet. But the way you see it, it's going to be a great episode, though. It's looking like it's going to be good. Fatima's going to be working her bits out. We're going to get some more story walking, which is always fun. And I can't wait to see what they do with these teeth. Like our man Smiley's got, he got a little collection.
Yeah, he had the 2 teeth. I'm sitting here checking something real quick. I'll be right back. I'm not going nowhere.
No worries, man. But let's see what else we got. Oh, and then of course we'll see what happens with our girl. I mean, if they're just going, we'll see. They go back to the settlement, and we'll see. I can't wait to see if it's a dream or if it's real when we get the scarecrow things popping out. Sophia's a tooth fairy. It could, that tracks. I would believe it. If you build your house / mine out of straw, the wolf / shadow will come in and consume you. And I haven't paid attention to know if it's a wisdom tooth or not, but it'd be interesting to see if that's what they're pulling out, what that could mean. I mean, wisdom tooth seems like it would be powerful for some reason. I don't know, because it's a wisdom tooth. Special. I don't know. I don't do craft with teeth and bones.
Teeth are
gross. I know, so I don't know.
Yo, that's crazy.
magic
I talk
workings
about
with
that in
teeth.
my next video that I'm writing right now as we speak. I'm writing a video.
Well, the teeth has got to be something, man. She don't just go reaching in for a tooth while Smiley got fucking hanging out with teeth.
Sophia is the Greek word for wisdom. And
so she like to eat the wisdom teeth?
Yeah, it all connects to my Baphomet theory. Yeah, because Sophia translated in Hebrew backwards into the Atbar cipher is Baphomet. And I talk about Jim being Hiram Abiff because he was the one designing the tower. So and he's also the widow's son, and he also does the kneel, and he also does the cross legs when he was standing up in the vestibule at the clinic. And he was making that for Solomon. Hiram Abiff is the designer of Solomon's temple. And Solomon is who wrote the Proverbs that speaks of wisdom being with God at the time of creation. And that word is translated to Sophia in Greek. And also in Greek mythology, you have the owl that represents wisdom with the goddess Athena.
Right.
So now to see the wisdom tooth being extracted.
And I'm curious because she reached back there, like Jackson was saying last week. She reached pretty far, it seemed like, back in his mouth. So is it a wisdom tooth or just a back tooth? Because he's older, so that doesn't, I mean, usually when people get wisdom teeth in, they take them out, but that doesn't always the case. So for her to reach in there and grab a wisdom tooth at a man his age, I'm curious to know, like, did he even still have wisdom teeth?
Oh, yeah, that's a wisdom tooth, no doubt. And for her to reach way back there, that's like...
Because usually you have to have those pulled out, right? Because it's like overcrowding and shit.
No.
I had all 4 of mine pulled.
Yeah, most people I've ever known, when their wisdom teeth come in, they have them pulled. Mine never came out.
No, mine.
I don't have wisdom teeth.
I had extra teeth growing inside my gums, very small wisdom teeth called supernumerary teeth that I had to have surgically removed last year.
That's what I'm saying. Most people have to have the wisdom teeth removed. So I'm curious
this was
if his is still there.
A rare abnormality, like
for him to still be able to have them.
Supernumerary teeth.
Because
wisdom teeth, those are the ones you want to keep all your life. Those are your chewing teeth.
Usually most people have those removed, though, I thought. Because, like I said, it overcrowds.
When they go bad.
Yeah, mine were impacted.
You don't remove good teeth. Yeah, it doesn't overcrowd because the teeth, your adult set of teeth, you don't grow more. So it never overcrowds. You
Because I
might
know,
have.
like for instance, for my kid,
Mhm.
she just had a back tooth removed
Mhm.
because it was growing crooked. And they already said like her wisdom teeth would probably have to be removed, but because that tooth was pulled and it was a permanent tooth, like it was growing into other teeth, the wisdom tooth, they're going to let it grow in to cover that spot. Otherwise, she wouldn't be able to have room in her mouth for her wisdom teeth.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah,
the only
that's
reason I'm
not
saying that.
typical.
It's for
Yeah,
personal,
yeah,
like
that's
people that
not
I
typical
know
though.
who's like
Your
dental work
wisdom
and
teeth
stuff
is the
like
ones you
that.
want to keep all your life because those are your chewing teeth. You know what I
I've
mean?
never had them.
Some people have wisdom teeth going all the way
Because you're
back up
AI,
under the
Scarlet.
gum.
My wisdom teeth
Uh-huh.
never broke in. My husband's teeth, they never broke in. They're still just below the gum line.
Yeah, some people have them like they're still inside the gums. Sometimes
And
people
and they
have
wanted,
that.
one dentist did want to remove his, but another dentist said as long as they're not bothering you, we were not going to cut them out. Like actually,
That's what they said to my husband. As long as they're not bothering you, there's no need
But
to.
usually, if they start
pull
poking
them
out,
out.
most people I know remove them.
I had a girlfriend back in the day that had gum on top of her wisdom teeth, and she had to get the gum cut
Yeah,
off.
it's only if
Yeah,
they're impacted. Okay, because like I
yeah,
said, I know like most people that I know of, like they just as soon as they started trying to poke through, they just were like, "Nah, we're getting rid of them." Like
yeah.
I knew people in high school was constantly going out and just getting them like removed.
Oh
So I was like,
shit.
well, I just assumed that's not something we needed.
Yeah, well, I know. Speaking of teeth removal, the man in yellow definitely need to go see the dentist.
That was funny. No
'Cause
joke.
that dude teeth look like cat litter.
Well, think about this. Think about this. In the barn, it says knowledge comes at a cost, right? Or something to that effect. Well,
Mhm.
knowledge and wisdom are very close together, but they're not quite the same. Knowledge is knowing things, it's learning, it's education. What makes a man or a woman wise is how to use that education and their learning the correct way. So somehow a wisdom might reflect back to the word
Yeah, wisdom is
knowledge
trial and failure, and yeah,
and
all of
learning.
that is wisdom.
And yes, and also Sophia, the word is wisdom. That's what her name means.
That's what I was
Sophia means
saying. Yeah,
wisdom. Yeah, I might have missed that. I might have been on the John or
Sophia
something.
means wisdom in Greek.
Right. And then you got knowledge written in the barn. So what if the boy in white is somehow knowledge? Because he's always feeding him. But the man in yellow has wisdom. He knows how to use his power the right way for himself.
Well, look at everyone. Look at everyone that has gained knowledge. We
They
could
suffer.
start with Kevin.
Yes.
Kevin gained knowledge of the monsters. The one monster was up there telling him shit, about them.
Yasmin.
We didn't choose to be this way, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
And he ended up dying. Everybody that knew about the monster boy killing the monster, something happened to him. Fatima and Ellis with that situation.
Yep.
Christy, Marielle, everybody, Randall, because he was spying on Donna and found out that they had the monster's body. Elgin told Julie at the pool, everybody that had knowledge about that situation, some shit happened to them. Kenny had knowledge of it and then had a dream where the cicada burnt his arm. Elgin got wrapped up by the kimono lady, so something happened to everybody except for Donna. Nothing happened to Donna. And I put this in my video today. If we consider something happening to Donna, the only thing that happened to her was Randall popping her upside the head and tying her to the tree. But that's nothing that the place did to her. That's something that Randall did to her.
I need to subscribe to your channel.
I put Reel's link in the chat.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
And it should, unless I did it wrong, it should be in the description too. I thought I put you guys in the description.
Yeah,
Or you could find Reel in all the Discords.
Yeah,
too,
he should be in our collective
in our
section
collective
as well.
stuff.
I just popped up in Discord. I haven't been in Discord in months. I just popped up in the Discord early this morning around 2 or 3 o'clock, and I just played my video in the voice chat. While I had uploaded it to YouTube and dropped it at 7 this morning, and I just played it in the voice chat, and me and Debbie watched it.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, man. This character here, dude. Like, I don't think it was this episode. Last episode where she was crying and it had Kenny behind her, yet she's smiling with tears running down her face and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my
Such
god,
good acting. Such good
and
acting.
this, man, I mean, she got the stretch on like the spit and blood. It was gross. We took the tooth out.
she's a great actress.
She's
gorgeous. Like when she comes on the scene, she doesn't even have to have a lot of words.
No,
she has a charisma about her.
Yes, the conversation with Kenny and Sarah, and she was just standing there looking at both of them and shit like that.
Dude, this right here, like, all right, we got a girl outside, right? Julia's freaking the hell out. This bitch in here for like literally half a second smirk when they come back to her before she goes right back to this.
Yeah.
No, because she hears Kenny and Boyd behind her coming back around. She's listening. They're back here. Bitch is smiling. I wanted to smack the spit out her mouth real.
I want to see. I want to see.
Oh my god, dude!
I think we might see her go head up with Julie.
Well, it ain't look. I mean, she already specifically asked to go pair off with Sarah, and Sarah's kindness, which we see how she did with the pastor's kindness. I don't even know.
What if Sarah be like, yeah, I don't like that bitch either.
She let her come in though. She did. She let her in the door.
Man, look how Sarah looked at her when she was standing next to Kenny for that first time. I could almost tell that she could sense something about her, and she wanted to get that mystery out. So she said, I'll take
Sarah is so desperate.
It just seemed
for
like
a connection.
Well,
with
that's
somebody.
true. That's true.
The whole town has shunned her.
I don't think so.
I think she would.
Yeah, because she tried to go up to Acosta. She tried to go up to Acosta in the diner with last episode, and Acosta was like, "Get the fuck away from me!" Basically,
all that is super creepy.
Yeah,
that's super fucking creepy.
These together,
think about it, right?
Look at them smiles, man.
She was just sitting in the corner by the window in Colony House, looking crazy as hell.
Now she's all
she was tranced and zoned out with blood, Elgin's blood all over her. Just sitting there, zoned out.
Her body was stiff. Did you notice that?
And then she's like, "Oh yeah, I'll take her to the diner," and just walking up on Costa and like, "Hey, is everything okay?" Like
what?
Costa was like, "We ain't friends."
Yeah,
well, I think wasn't it like the next day or whatever, like after Jim had been found and shit. And she's kind of like coming out and she's seeing
what
that
happened. What?
Well, I mean, she's able to deal with things a little bit better now. She's seasoned. You didn't see my little. She's evolved. She's no longer the scared Sarah. I mean, I showed the Sarah scenes from season 1 to her with Elgin.
When she told that,
she used the screwdriver is her.
She killed him.
Dude, when she told that screwdriver,
she used a screwdriver on both of them. Bro, screwdriver is her weapon of choice.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, boy, she has picked it.
And she was
Boyd had a huge. You saw what Boyd laid out on that table. He had hammers. He had all kinds of shit. That bitch picked up the fucking screwdriver. She'd already picked that bitch up before, and now she was familiar with that weapon.
And then the way she was holding it when she turned around when they came in the room. Yo, that shit was on some psycho shit.
As a board.
So I can't wait to see these two tangle up. If she realizes what Sophia is, I hope she find another screwdriver.
I think we gonna see some fights. I think we're gonna see some fights coming up. I think Julie's gonna go head to head with either Sarah or Sophia.
And we're gonna see powers coming out too.
We're gonna see
going on a trip.
We're gonna see some shit this season. It has to happen. It has to happen. That's one thing that they need in this show is a little bit more action. We need a little more action. I think we're gonna see Kenny. The last trailer that they put out showed Kenny standing there.
Mm-hmm.
And the monster was outside too. And I think we're going to see Kenny fuck one of them monsters up. I'm telling you.
Right?
And it said, ready.
And didn't the background kind of like say this is where when I think Katri was telling Boyd, this is where you take, like, you make your stand, and you got the scene with Kenny kind of looking all buff in like the night outside, like he's getting ready
that's
to
what
throw
I'm
down with
talking
one of the
about. I
monsters.
think and then you see the scene with them burning a body, and that would be a monster. They're not gonna burn a human.
Oh man, that's not good.
They
Well, poor
bury
Fatima.
our
What if
dead.
they get another? Then what if Fatima becomes pregnant again? Oh God.
I don't know.
What if
Who's
it's
who's
Acosta?
getting tagged? Yeah, Costa. Who's
What if
getting
it's
tagged
Acosta?
next? Oh God, Sarah. Or,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the problem that you got to worry about. But look here, I think we're gonna get some good deaths this season. I think we're gonna get more action, and
We're
with
gonna get
death
the plot
come
move
action,
too.
and
We're
they
gonna get
gotta
the
come with
answers.
it. It's
Who do y'all
gotta.
think will be in the pool?
I don't know, man. They keep playing around
I
with the
think
pool
it's gonna be a
scene.
monster in the pool the next day.
We know we saw Dale last season.
You heard it here first.
From Kenny and the bus at
You
night.
heard it here first.
Yeah.
You heard me say it first.
They gonna hit him. They gonna hit a monster with the bus or something. That's
Well,
crazy.
something's gonna happen because Kenny's on top of the bus with the red light. Well, yeah, with the red lights from the diner, and he's just standing on the bus like he's a true warrior. You know, it's really cool.
Right, like he's Rambo. They drew first
That's right.
blood.
Yeah, he's Rambutt and he's Arnold and he's everything.
First blood.
I can't
Knock
wait to
him
see.
down.
I
Won't
think
you
they're
try
looking at a
knocking me
monster's
down?
body in there.
Rocky Balboa.
I
agree.
think they kill another monster, and this time the whole town knows about it. And with that knowledge, it's gonna come at a cost. We're gonna see a bunch of people dying. We're gonna see
lot
a
of
bunch of
secondary
people
characters.
fighting and shit
Oh, and
like
then
that.
that's the knowledge that unlocks the massacre.
A lot of red shirts
it's
dying.
knowledge that because the knowledge of Smiles Davis getting killed definitely has some
Smiles Davis.
repercussions.
I love your name for him. That's awesome. I love it. Smiles Davis. Oh, that's great, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Just like
Smiles
we got Lionel
I done
Richie's
said that
ballerina
shit
girl.
so many times. I just be calling him that.
That's great, man. I love it.
Yeah.
We'll have to see though. I mean, this episode might not have been like as fast paced or as breath to breath as the
because
first
it's
two.
setting up. It's
But
setting
yeah, I
up
was gonna
for the
say, but we're
action.
getting ready
Yeah.
to set up. A lot of our characters are set, like just the way they've got now. Fatima paired off with Elgin. She's getting her little rage out. They're setting up for finding out what the Lake of Tears is. Julie's finding pieces. They're getting closer. Hopefully to putting them together, and then hopefully we'll get to know some more bits. I mean, this couple here is going to be just interesting to see how that plays out. If she's staying with Sarah, Marielle's going to be tripping out here soon. Jade's about to go trip on his. He's about to make himself go trip.
Yep, that's going to be fun.
And the fact that, and I remember like when we first saw the original like big trailer and it showed him in the caves with the little boy. I mean, I think a lot of us were like, yeah, it looks like Jade. So it's interesting now to see because we're like, how the fuck? Like, I'm like, what is his little former self talking to him? So I'm curious, and that's kind of what the drug trip would be, right? If his, younger self is kind of guiding him through the
I hope
wood.
they don't have him playing that melody shit.
They might, because again, I mean, if it's all about the trip to figure out the bits, I'm sure that's, he's going basically Alice in Wonderland style down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, he's even going into the caves, so that's a type of Alice in the hole. Yeah, he's going to get right in front of those
monsters. He's going right down the rabbit
man.
hole, so to speak, into Wonderland.
You notice how the monsters are standing, though, in that preview? It almost looked like they were standing how they were when Smiles Davis was reincarnated.
Did you see the hole in the ground?
Yes, James did. He peeped it.
Yeah, there's a hole in the ground where
possibly they put the children's bodies
on top of it.
James said the children could have been down there.
I didn't see that either. Damn eyeballs! What?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Remember, Dana? We were talking about it on stream with James. The caves where the children's were put on the slabs. There was like that little thing in the middle.
Oh, in the middle. Okay, now I know what you're talking about.
Well, to be fair, we talk about a lot, and I do get stoned.
Well, I do too, Dana. Just
there's a possibility that I don't remember everything.
Now try tripping on mushrooms and doing your channel.
I couldn't. I'm too scared. I'm too scared.
I'm not recommending. I'm a minister. I'm not recommending that though.
But like I ain't gonna lie. I find it very. I'm curious about why is it Jade and Boyd always carrying people to their graves.
Well, they're
Y'all ever
strong.
notice that?
They're strong.
Boy, Jay, if I see
Well,
a
because
chin,
of
if
the
I
role
Jim.
that they play in this town, you know.
Mhm.
Boyd, if you supposed to be the protector, then you supposed to be handling this shit here. You know.
Right, right.
You supposed to handle this shit. You put a man in the box, you gotta rebuild that bitch when it's broke.
Yeah,
You
did
know
you
what
notice
I'm
the car
saying?
hit the box? It shows it directly when the
Mhm.
car is coming. It hits the
Oh yeah,
corner of the
Sophia was
box.
directly aiming towards
Yes.
everything of Boyd. Yeah, no, she
Yes.
was direct. That was like a full on direct at Boyd. Fuck you.
I
I'm
wonder if
coming
we'll
right
see
at your
that
shit.
again later. God, there's a
Yeah,
cattail
no,
in my
she
face.
Oh,
hit
yeah.
right into it. She aimed right for it.
Okay, so did you notice the top of the RV has the black coat paint on
Yeah,
there?
Yeah,
yeah.
we
Yeah,
looked at
Jim was
that
You was
talking about
talking
it
about that the other
yesterday.
day when we popped
Alright.
on.
Yeah, when you hopped on with me, we was talking about that. Look how it goes in the same direction. Like, let's say that the air conditioner unit would be the box, and those little notches hit the corner just like the box. I
Yeah.
thought about that. I don't know if it's significant, but I think it might be some sort of diagram of the town in a way.
It's interesting because we went back and looked, and you can see the RV looking like that right after they crash. So we were talking about it, and we don't know if it's just if it has meaning or if it was again they used two separate RVs. One was just the main one that kind of drives, and this one was like a setup crash RV separate from the original one.
I don't think that they would make that kind of mistake as far as what it looks like.
Well, what's up with the tree in front of it too? It's got fucking tagging on it.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. The tree got tagging on it.
Yeah, I know. Because when I brought that
Because
up
I
to
would
y'all, like
think that
nobody
if,
else in
like,
this. I'm
let's
like,
say
y'all don't
some
see this
kids
fucking
broke
tagging
on
on
the
this damn
set
tree. Like
on
what?
the off
I didn't
season,
even notice all that stuff on the RV. I was more focused on the tree. I'm
let's
like,
say
why
some
is they
kids broke
writing?
on the set during the off season and did that, then they would have fixed that.
Exactly. That's what I would have thought, but
Alternate universe.
I don't know what to make of that because,
think
like, I
it's
didn't
the
even notice
alternate
the
universe.
tar. Like,
Yeah,
I
it's
noticed
in
the tar, but
season
I didn't
one.
notice it like that. Like, I didn't realize that it was different from like the original RV when it drove in.
It's
Like
in
top
season
aerial.
one as well. It's in season one.
That's
as
what I'm
well.
talking about. When they first drive in, that top
Yeah,
aerial, I didn't
like,
realize that. Like,
yeah,
I
you've seen.
didn't
I
even
got
pay
pictures
attention to
in my
that.
last
No,
video.
we
about
went
how
over it.
it's
That's what I'm
in.
saying. I didn't realize that originally.
Could the
All I
eight-
noticed when I first saw that scene was the tree because I was like, "Why is there fucking tagging on
Right,
this
I
tree?
remember
And
that.
why does it look like there's a panel or some weird plank at the bottom where the roots are?" I'm like, I don't. What the fuck is this? So I didn't even
Microphones.
notice like that. I just assumed the RV had tarring on it to like patch up spots
Holes.
on it.
But those
So I didn't even
circles-
realize that at first.
There's 8 circles, isn't there, of tar? And I
Yeah,
mentioned
it's
we
weird that like
mentioned
when you go back
planets
and you
and the
realize like it
eclipse.
wasn't originally have that like the whole RV is different from the original RV to a
Yeah.
degree, even like the top of or the front little hangover top thing.
Yeah, it's different, and then you also have when Tabitha got out, she thought that Thomas was in there, and some people, you know, I automatically thought that was due to her trauma. She just hit her head on the thing or whatever. But what if that was her remembering another time when Thomas actually made it there with him? Because Ethan talks about helping Thomas solve the mystery. And
Yeah.
no, he's talks about helping. He said he said that's why how I think we go home is we help Thomas. Maybe we have to help Thomas save the kingdom. And then Jim got up from the table and went in the bathroom and started crying. And Victor shows up talking about the boy in white. So I definitely think that the RV, because they could have easily just CGI'd the fucking
Oh yeah, that'd
top
be easy
on the
for them.
RG on the RV.
Yeah, but they don't seem to use a lot of that. Even some of their stuff they will CGI, but some of it seems like they try to go for a little more practical.
That's not true. That most of that, the whole set that you see is CGI. They really built the town, but they show you in the behind. There was a behind the scenes video that they came out with in season 2.
Didn't the town already exist?
Yeah, well, no, they built a
real?
lot of it.
Yeah,
though.
they built the
did
buildings.
Did they?
They built the
Okay.
buildings.
I thought it
But-
was an abandoned town.
Well, it was an abandoned place, and then it basically had like the slabs there where you could see where places were.
The
and
whole
then they just kind of
skyline
like
is CGI because there's other buildings in the distance that you can literally see.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like they do use a lot of like practical stuff too within, like even with the bodies and stuff. Like,
oh yeah, they definitely
even the
use a
like
lot
the
of
man in
practice.
yellow was telling us how like
But
some
look
of his
at all the
stuff
monster
was like his teeth. Like a
transformations
lot
and
of people
stuff.
thought his teeth were like CGI. He said no, that was basically like makeup painted on.
But look at all the monster transformations and everything.
Well, yeah, that's CGI for
They
sure.
definitely
I mean,
use CGI. You know, even the story walk and stuff. Like they could easily have. That was an easy fix. That's an easy fix. And then I feel like in this season, we have gotten some really good shots of the top of that RV, and they would not have just done that. Like they gave us some like really good head-on shots. Also, there were people saying that was a continuity issue with the train tracks and the electric poles and the stuff by the train track.
Yeah, only a partial train track.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
it had roots to it, so
That's got to lead somewhere.
We'll see.
Well, I know
We shall see.
James said actually, right when you were talking about the telephone poles, that you think it was like almost the transition into From.
Maybe, you know, I did a video on that on my channel. When Boyd and Tabby and Ellis is driving into town, there's a weird change outside the window, almost like maybe that's the moment they went into From. And the missing with the Matthews in the RV, they cross the train tracks and there's a light pole and stuff there. But then they make the loop and they cross those same train tracks. There's no light pole. So things change. Why? But they were already in From. They had already went through the town, I think, maybe. But we don't know. Little things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was continuity as far as the light pole. I think they did that for a reason, but I just don't know why.
I agree. I think there was some sort of transition, but then it changes twice. So that's the problem there too. It changes twice. It doesn't just change once. It changes at a time where they go past it and you see it with everything in it. Then they do an overhead shot and there's nothing there. Like you don't see the little electric box. You don't see the hazard lights. You don't see the light poles. And then they when they go back around and do the U-turn and come by it, you see it again. And it's got the hazard lights right there. So that's what made people think it was a continuity thing. But I'm thinking that they're simultaneously showing us different times. Now, you have your cycles, right, where these reincarnated people come in. But when these specific groups come in, I think they also have their own cycles where they do this shit over and over again. I have a diagram that I just built that I'm going to put in my next video. But yeah, I think that they're doing this multiple times and they're being reincarnated. So each reincarnated version does this multiple times. This could answer why Victor has so many different memories.
Right.
Which are all over the place.
Yep, he can't tell upside down from right upside.
Until some traumatic. I mean,
Terrible,
but that's trauma. You
terrible
know,
way to live.
that's part of the trauma. You know,
Yep.
you remember some stuff when
That
it
regressed memory.
happens again. So it's all is everywhere. You know, but I
We'll
trust
see.
Victor, but I'm on the fence.
Hey,
I'm
honey.
on the fence.
It tore it up.
I know, like at this point, I mean, you can't know what to trust within the memory. Like, you know, the memory is real, but what else about the memory? Like the memory of him in the cellar with his mom leaving, that part was real, but his sister not, you know. And then the same thing with Jasper. Yes, there was some information given. No, it wasn't from Jasper. So it's like, but yes, Christopher was down there talking to someone. Victor was there. So like figuring out again, like what else about what his memories that we know of are even going to change, or what else, you know, has he kind of told us that we think we know, that later something's going to trigger it, or what will be revealed here in the next episode possibly. Like, because he was pretty freaked out. So and Dad's trying to coax him, Tabitha's there, even Ethan to a degree. So, you know, is he going to give up any sort of information about this, which we know he's going to go dig it up, right? He's going to go dig it up. But what is he really like? You know, what is that going to be? What is that going to look like? Is it just going to be just? Are we going to get a flashback? Is it just going to be verbiage of a possible memory or a half memory? And does he get to coax it out of him the same way Tabitha does for the Jasper boy in white switch up?
Right. It's like the man in yellow literally put this jacket there so Victor could see it. It's almost purposely left there so Victor could see it, so he could relive that traumatizing moment that he had.
Something, right? Because why leave it there? Why
leave it there? You know.
And how would you know that Victor would come upon it? Because again, it's sitting in one of those ruins that could be anything. I know some you folks in the Discord were talking about like some other tower or another house or something that used to be there, and I don't know what it is. And that one particular ruins by the cellar, I think they were talking about too, could be a tower, I think, but we don't know where that ruins is at, where they found it, right? It seemed close to the Brundles, like they walked from the Brundles, so it's somewhere between Colony House. Like, were they going back to Colony House when they walked? Like, I can't even remember. They were just kind of walking through the woods, right?
Yeah.
And the RV wasn't far from Colony House, right? Because we know the man in yellow walked from the RV to that ruin spot where they come up to it, and they came from the Brundles. So it has to be within that walking distance.
Yeah. I think it would be.
So I'm trying to think of what else is.
I think
where's the cellar?
I think you pass by the Colony House to get to the town for real.
Where's this?
The cellar is more like I would say it's more so by the way of Colony House than it is the town.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Would it be a deep in the woods, and the town actually has more buildings and more, you know, landmarks, but by the Colony House it's kind of an empty area. So I think it would be like maybe past the Colony House more.
Where were the ruins compared to everything else? I can't remember either. Because I know these stone structures are all the way, are kind of scattered throughout. Like, cause we have them right, like the cellar is kind of the starting point. They have some by the cellar. And then these are by, like I said, I say by Colony House, but again, it's somewhere between Colony House and the RV. And you got Colony House, the Brundles, and then I guess wherever the RV went off into the woods for him to kind of like walked into this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what the hell these fucking ruins are, because we know one was a dungeon. What is it?
I think it's just maybe like a backdrop. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's not important, but what I think the main landmarks of Fromily that we see as the audience is the threshold, the cellar, Colony House basement, and
lighthouse.
And the lighthouse, you know what I'm
saying?
But
the church, the church has got like the same kind of stone situation.
It's such a cool church. I love it.
But this is where the man in yellow pulled the suitcase out of, was in the middle of this structure.
Mm-hmm.
So think of like the dungeons, right? And how they pulled objects from there. Now he's a super being of some kind, maybe not the super of super beings, but he's a step above per se the monsters in power levels. Is he able to pull things, and instead of like Julie doing a story walk and her Boyd having to go through a tree, if he is at one of these locations, can he pull items from that location, from past like a torch or a music box or what have you, an item that is significant? Or did he just bury it there and it just, it's just happened to be the same
I'm gonna be
suitcase from the
honest.
caves?
If he can shapeshift and communicate with people telepathically, I literally doubt it. He could, like, it wouldn't be so far out that he could pull items from underground, from the tunnel. He could just imagine something and put it there, or like you were just about to say, he could have just had it there sitting the whole time, just waiting for the right moment for someone to pull up and
Right.
infiltrate the town. So it could go either way, several ways.
Because I'm curious, like, did he, like, are we going to know it? Does he just stash these suitcases around? Did he go down to the caves, grab up a suitcase? Like, has he just been
Right.
hanging around the woods? Like, what in the fuck? Like, dude is just going
My
back
boy's
and
just been
forth.
chilling. But
Like, what is
we
going
talked
on?
about this. We've talked about this. He says in
Mhm.
season 4, I couldn't come to them in my original form. I still think someone on that bus is suspect. I still think someone on that bus in
He
season
says something like,
2.
I can't come to them as I am or some shit. Like,
Right.
all that cryptic shit, just
So
like the
I
boy in
mean,
white with their cryptic shit.
there's no telling how long he's probably already been in the town. You know what I'm saying? Had to leave because he couldn't, show his quote unquote original form. And now he can come back because he can shapeshift again. Like sort of what James was saying. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think his powers seem unlimited. Like for real, he can communicate with people telepathically. He can wake people up from a deep coma. Hell, he can put them in a coma. So I mean, there's no telling how long that fucking suitcase was there. It snowed, it rained, and that shit was dry and clean.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it had been there that long.
Right?
I mean, even the one Victor had been only down there for however many years, and the items in there did actually still look decent, but the suitcase was a little worn. That one still looked about the same as it did. If it is the same one that was down in the caves, like it, like it just fucking, he's just like, where's my damn suitcase? He just popped it. Oh, there it is. What the fuck? You just popping up suitcases and shit. What? And I like what Daryl said. Probably Victor will talk about it as Julie sees it. Ooh, I like that.
I would like that too. That would be dope. Victor telling the story, and Julie is actually our present Julie is actually well, I'm not gonna say present Julie. We just gonna say Julie. Julie is reliving it, and that would be dope. Victor, giving us a rundown of what happened in 1978.
Yeah, cause see, it's kind of confusing because, like, I agree. Like, yeah, okay, of course he's just saying he can't come as the man in yellow, but I mean, I'm curious if he ever came as another form. He's I can't come as I am, which I'm assuming is the man in yellow. So that would be, of course, he can't come to Tabitha, but now he just all of a sudden wants to come to them now that they have the knowledge. So they have the knowledge, so he wants to go to them, but he can't come into the form that he came into last time. And last time, Miranda, like, he didn't come around, like Miranda didn't know who he was. Miranda she painted the image of the man in yellow. Did she not know that he was a bad figure when he came into town? Because it seemed as if he came into town. Knew. So why would
the man in yellow already knew that Tabitha was learning?
No, I'm talking about Miranda.
She was
all right, so I get
Miranda didn't know anything except like a lot of the other people she was painting. She didn't know he would end up eating people. But yeah, she probably did recognize him.
So who would have? All right. So then who would
Victor
know?
Victor would know.
Victor would be the only one, but he said he acted like the knowledge that they had. Victor hadn't talked about.
What did Christopher do?
The boy in white told Christopher, like, he said, I can't tell you too much. I tried that already, so I'm trying a different approach. Well, back during Christopher, he told him everything, and it didn't work out. And when he told him, Christopher didn't accept it and kind of went a little crazy.
So what do we think that Victor says that Christopher did the bad thing? So what is the bad thing? And did it? Why did she tell him to hide from him? You know what I mean? Like, what?
Because he was coming after Victor.
Oh, okay.
He was going a little crazy.
That confirmed or like?
Okay, but
that's
No, it ain't
just-
confirmed.
This
That's
goes
a
back.
theory.
This
Just
goes
a
back.
theory.
It's a
Right,
theory.
right.
Just
But
because he
this
seemed
goes
like he
back
might have been
if you
going a
say
little
that.
crazy.
This goes back if you say that, James. So if Christopher tried to chase Victor down and was told this by the boy in white when they had that little conversation, why did Christopher try to attempt it? You know what I'm saying? If the boy in white came to him and told him, "Hey, you do this, you do that, we could go, y'all can go home," and the next thing he does is chase after Victor. Now, if that's so, that goes back to me saying the boy in white is not as angelic as we think. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
The
Chris
white
was kind of
throws us off.
breaking down. Like, he was breaking down and he was telling, like, the boy in white, like, everything here lies. Why should I believe you? Now, if he goes dark for some reason, again, because it seems like Jade's character is connected with him, so there's a lot
Yeah.
of darkness around what they see. I could see maybe something happen. He snaps.
Yeah, it seems like the boy in white was trying to help, was telling the truth, but Christopher had been lied to so many times, had saw other people like a Sarah being talked to in her head and different people being lied to, that he didn't believe the boy in white. That was his breaking point. That's again just a theory.
I just don't trust the boy in white at all. The white throws people off. You know, the white comes as angelic, but
Yeah.
I just think he's there, playing a game.
And I would agree with you, MG. The only thing is that she did draw the man in yellow. Now, whether she knew who the man in yellow was, she drew him in her painting. So when he came into town during Victor's cycle as the man in yellow, I would have thought he wouldn't come in as the man in yellow because she would have recognized him. She would have had too much knowledge. So that's why I'm confused now a little bit.
Right.
Like,
But
I
he
get
does-
it on face value because, of course, but it's the Miranda part when it comes in her knowledge, and I'm like, well, what?
But if you go back, it looks like she drew other people, not just man in yellow. So she might have also recognized other people in town, just like she did man in yellow. So she didn't think anything of it, right?
Maybe, but I don't know. She knew the
And I
things that
think
she
her-
drew were important.
And I think her remembering was something to do with a different entity, and the man in yellow is not attached to that, right? So maybe he knew that she had a dream and did the paintings, maybe not.
Well, she drew him. Like, she drew
I'm saying him. He might not have known she drew him, but if she did, she drew other people too. So
well, yeah,
she had
drew
no
a
reason
lot
to
of things.
think.
She drew a lot
She
of
had
stuff.
no reason to think anything different about the man in yellow, like he was going to be the monster, like he's the evil entity. She had no reason to think that versus anybody else she painted.
I don't know. I would be sus of a dude coming in looking like something I painted.
Well, more than one did, so she would have to be sus of a bunch of different people because she just didn't paint the man in yellow.
Well, who else in town would she have been sus of?
Anybody she painted.
But I'm saying the things she painted were past versions of, like, Jade, the children.
Were they all though?
I'm going through all the paintings, like all the paintings that
We didn't see
were,
we didn't see all the paintings. We don't know every.
Well, all the
painting
paintings
was-
that we could see down there were of shadowy figures looking like they were escaping. We see
or
the
past people
diner.
like the Civil War guy and
We
stuff
see the
like that.
monsters. We see past reincarnations. We see children. We see the boy in white, and then we see a man in yellow. Amongst other buildings, I think there's the colony house, the children, a one-eyed monster looking dude eating possibly eating children. We see a lot of colonial pictures. I'm trying to remember all the stuff that was down there. The talismans, the church. The paintings were all over the place, but that man in yellow was prominently displayed.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, I would have thought
And
she
the
would
boy
have
in white.
been like questioning him, been like, "Hey, you remind," like, I would have thought as soon as Miranda would have seen him, she might, if she was trying to figure stuff out, she might have been like, "Whoa, For me to have painted you, you would have had to be some kind of part of it, more than just a regular
I don't
townie.
think she got a chance to even had a chance to run into the man in yellow for real, because they was chasing her ass down. They wasn't walking after Miranda; they was running after Miranda. She wouldn't even had a chance to see him.
What do you mean though? He came into town in a car, from what we see in the pictures.
Who the man in yellow came into town in a car?
Yeah, during Victor's cycle.
Yep.
Oh, I missed that. Hold on.
We don't know if that's what that means, though.
It's in the drawing, and Victor says it in the trailer.
Yeah, Victor says it in the trailer. I mean, I don't.
Oh, he says it in the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it. I
What
didn't
does he
see that.
say?
He says Victor
missed that
came
shit.
into the man in yellow came into town in a car like the rest of us.
Hey,
Okay,
but
so
you know where I'm going with
Sophia,
that.
though, what does that? It don't mean that he came from the outside, though. It just means that he came in a car because
He came in the same way
came in
Sophia
the car,
did. The
too.
same way Sophia
Right.
did. Yeah.
Okay, all right. But this goes to prove my point that Boyd, this only increases my Boyd is the man in yellow theory. Now that y'all didn't say that, I got to go back and watch the trailer a little bit. But this only goes back to me saying that Boyd is changing. Not saying he's changing per se into Doug Hughes himself, but if the man in yellow, as we know it, came in a car, as y'all just said, y'all say he came in a car, right?
That's what they showed us in the trailer. I mean,
everybody
at one
that we've
point
seen so far came in a car. Though.
came in a car.
Yeah,
At one point, he was
but not
human.
like the
At one
Matthews
point, he was
did.
human.
Not like Boyd did. He didn't come in a car like that. He came in a car like Sophia did. Sophia was already in Frontville, changed into, or Man in Yellow was changed into Sophia, and hitchhiked in a car, the priest's car, the pastor's car.
we don't know who was with the man in yellow when
So the
he
man
came
in yellow,
in as Miranda and Victor's cycle.
he
could have
was
hitchhiked the same
before
way and
the
knocked
man in
somebody
yellow.
out.
Yeah, whatever he was before the man in yellow in the cycle before Victor.
Like, think of an old lady coming in by herself, and he hitchhikes into her or something, and he touches her and makes her like fall out and shit, and have a seizure. Oh, my wife's having a heart attack. She's having a seizure. I don't know what the fuck's going on. She's old. I don't know.
Okay, so the man in so the man in yellow arrived in the town like Sophia.
I love
now, that's
that.
crazy. I mean, I missed that. That's crazy. that's crazy. I missed that. I got to go back and watch the trailer.
Do you know how bad
I
Sophia
don't
was
know what
acting
the
about
fuck
her
she's
dad,
old.
right? Can you imagine an old man trying, oh, my wife, oh no, she's saving
Yeah,
her.
like the same shit that Sophia did, pretty much.
Because we don't know who he came in with. Like, it shows the picture that Victor draws with him coming in a car. He didn't say whether he came in alone or not, I don't believe.
Okay, so
I'm telling y'all.
What about
Boy, the man in yellow
what
is
about
looking for
Danny
somebody
and
to fill
Shay?
his shoes.
What about them?
What about Danny and Shay?
The ones in the truck?
Yeah. They came in and crashed. So there's because I'm bringing that up because there's a reason why they put the strip out. Because they're used to people like Boyd is explaining that, like, yeah, it's a cycle. They do that, and then they start doing this, and then it gets more intense. Like he's explaining, I believe he was explaining that to Marielle.
Mm-hmm. Or it was Christy.
It was Chris.
Yeah, they keep looping and looping, not believing.
It might have been Mary. I know he talked to
He was
Christy
saying that to
about
Marielle because Christy was in
Marielle?
the ambulance. Christy was in the ambulance when he was saying that. He was like, yeah, they do this. This is what they do. He was like, they keep going and they start. He was like, it's time to get the strip. So.
Because they'll drive into the night. And if you don't stop them, then they're out in the middle of the night. And you know what happens at night.
Right. You dig what I'm saying? So she wanted to let them know that wasn't the case here. What happened was this motherfucker had a seizure while we was driving. And then this is how we crashed here. She was trying to let them know, like, yo, we didn't come in here erratic or nothing. I'm like, I'm here and all of that. We came to the tree, blase, blah. Probably she has off camera, they talk about what this is, we didn't really see Kenny explain much to her, but we seen him go off on her as if he did. You feel what I'm saying? He like as if they had the detailed talk about everything, you know. And then all we saw was these talismans, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, the talisman. He's old. Don't touch it. Don't fuck with it. Don't, you know what I'm saying?" So she's playing the game from the very beginning.
Oh yeah,
And there's
she
no
put a
telling
beeline
how
right for Boyd.
it's no telling how the man in yellow came in either. Obviously, the shit that happened to these kids happened way before Victor's time period. If the mom has been having visions of people over and over trying to do that shit, trying to save these kids from the tower and watching them fail over and over. That's what Henry said, his wife said. So that means that Miranda came into this place with this knowledge that we haven't seen anybody else know. You know what I'm saying? And then whatever the man in yellow, I think totally predates that situation. Or he could have came in, well, I don't know. Victor eating the peaches Victor is a different Victor than what we're getting now. The peaches almost act like it was kind of like his medicine, to be honest with you. Because look at the Victor that pulled up on Julie when she was tied up in the kitchen.
I thought he was going to be the antagonist.
Right. I thought he was such a different Victor that I thought he was actually a bad guy in that scene.
Yeah, he was pretty closed off then. He didn't. It wasn't really until Tabitha and them started to kind of work with him that
he was smiling at her and everything. He was smiling at her. He was like, "Oh, you came in the 2 cars today."
Well, he was interested in the situation because it was
doesn't happen often. And then he offered her some peaches and everything.
Right.
But when he met Ethan, he was like, "Yo, go ahead and kick rocks, little man. Just don't even come over here by me. Don't even come over here where I'm at, you know."
He didn't want to get in trouble.
I don't want your parents saying shit to me. And then he was like, "Oh, I'm just seeing if the boy in white's out here." He was like, you saw the boy in white?" And then he changed and was nice to Ethan. But at first, he was like, kick rocks. But when he met Julie, he was nice as shit to her. Even the next morning, he started drawing her while she was sleeping and shit. Like, Victor remembers them from a different time. Because then what connects that is Victor sitting up there saying, when Ethan drew a picture of himself, Victor wouldn't take it. Victor didn't want to accept it because he said, "We don't draw but you was drawing my sister while she was sleeping, bro. What's up with that?" And then you wrapped up a sandwich with the picture and put it in the lunchbox for my mom. What was up with that? What was up with him telling him to not draw pictures of people that are still living, and he drawing pictures of Julie? It's something up with that. There's definitely a connection there. Victor knows some shit, and I don't think that they have really fleshed it out how they're going to explain it. It would be really crazy twist if they did turn Victor into some type of villain.
I mean,
no telling at this point.
Oh no, yeah, that'll be a hard pill to swallow. Because I like Victor, you know what I'm saying. I just think his memory isn't reliable, you know, but I like his character. I think he is important to what's going on in their situation, but it'll be a hard pill to swallow if they fuck around and turn him into a villain.
I think the peaches definitely have a significance. He was getting these peaches as some sort of pacification from Donna.
Right.
Donna.
Well, he had the peaches from before Donna, though.
Yeah.
No, but the peaches were being rationed to him at Colony House.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought he had the peaches even before then.
But he specifically said Donna wouldn't let me get no more peaches.
Yeah, she did at some point. Yeah, she rationed him.
She's the one that's like giving him the peaches and shit. Like,
But I assume that's after the fact because he was with those peaches. If that came from that peach truck, he'd been with those since before she was even there.
But
She
we
might at
don't
some
know
point
that.
ration
We
just
don't
because they were
really know.
rationing food in
We don't
general.
really
And if they
know if
found the
Donna was.
food,
Well,
well,
yeah,
those
the pizza
cans were
truck was
everywhere.
yeah, the pizza
We
truck
don't
was
really know that
hidden.
about Donna though. That's just what we. That's just what she said, and I call bullshit on what she
Oh,
said.
okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
call bullshit on her whole backstory about the sister camping trip with a fucking 8x10 photo. Like
So was
that,
she there the whole time, even after the massacre?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm
I
just
have
curious
no.
now because I'm curious to then when she came in at that's
Yeah,
interesting if
because
like her backstory's not true because we
her
know she's one of the
backstory is
original
on
ones.
some shifty shit, and we know that she. I'm not saying she's evil.
Thank you, Captain
I'm.
Man. Have a good night. Sorry.
I'm
Good
not
night,
saying.
Cap.
I'm not saying she's evil. I'm not saying she's uh mole. I'm saying she knows some shit that she's not telling because this is the only thing that her character has really done in the series is whenever a pivotal moment comes through that she's up on, that she knows about, she actively tries to keep it from the rest of the people. How do we know? The radio, voice on the radio. Don't tell nobody. Food shortage. Don't tell nobody. The monster got killed. Don't tell nobody. Burn the body. She actively, that's what her character has done. That her character has not had a character arc yet where things happen to her and she's got to overcome it. Everyone else has. Ethan, Victor, Tabitha, Jim, Boyd, everyone has had a character arc except for Donna. But she is a main character on the show without a character arc. She's forever got her hands in her pocket. She was way too happy about a baby being born in a nightmare place like that. And it was her idea to burn that body. You know, Colony House. Oh, the other thing, when Randall busts her upside the head, that shit was healed the next day. Yeah, it's definitely something with Donna. I'm not sure exactly what it is. And if it is something to do with Donna, I think it's also involving Clara. I think Clara might be like an eyes and ears type of situation for Donna. But I think that Donna is trying to keep the people safe by not telling them because she knows that when people get this knowledge and you give them hope, that they die. And I think she's aware of that because look at the way she looked at knowledge comes at a cost in the barn. She looked at that like she was creeped the fuck out, like she saw it before. And so did Victor. Two people that were really freaked out by it. And I'd like to add a quick little sidebar, but not really a sidebar. Tabitha erases or tries to erase the K and the N out of knowledge, which leaves the next three letters is OWL, which means wisdom, the owl. But
I just assumed she was just trying to scrape the whole message down.
yeah, but she stops at the K and the N. And
Well,
she
yeah,
stops.
Jade comes in there, interrupts her whole bit, and then he's all threatened, talking to her about it.
Yeah.
Your
And then
children, your
she
children.
leaves
And she's
it
just
alone.
like, fuck you, Jade, the fuck out of my face.
A lot of people don't like to hear the facts about Donna, but the facts are there. If Donna is a character that has been withholding information, lying this entire time, it will hit hard because we like Donna. We trust Donna. Donna is a trusted character. And if she has done something wrong, it would hit way more harder than if Clara or Tilly does anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Tilly would have did something wrong, people would have been like, I knew it. Look at how she was acting. I've been saying that. But
Right.
if Donna does something wrong, it has a lot more gravity.
That's true. We'll have to wait and see where they go with it. I know we got a few days before the next episode drops. But we'll see. We still got some more bits. I know Friday night, we're going to open it up for all you guys in the chat. So we'll have an open panel and continue to talk some From. I'm going to try to get a clip or two from the episode or some other bits for us to kind of compare. I'm trying to think of what it was. I kind of think I want to go back to what he talked about with the Lake of Tears and stuff like that. What Ethan said. Go back, I might even get some bits where he talked about the Chromonocle and all that kind of stuff. Just have some fun bits to go over with you guys.
What are your thoughts on the Lake of Tears? I wanted to ask y'all a couple questions. I forget what when I was in the car listening, I forget what I wanted to talk about, what y'all were discussing. But what are your thoughts on the Lake of Tears? What y'all been talking about over here? Like, drop something on me. Are you trying to go now or what?
Yeah, I was probably about to wrap it up because it was getting a little bit late. I gotta get up in the morning.
Give me the elevator picture. What y'all been talking about over here, real quick. I'm interested.
I mean, we're kind of all got different thoughts. I'm curious to see what it's going to actually be. I don't know if it's going to be an actual lake or not, just because of the way like they do weird phrasing with certain things. I'm curious if it's going to be an actual lake or if it's something more about like the. I don't want to say like the tear, but like the suffering, somewhere where they have to get through the suffering or come to grips with all of what's happened, whether that's everybody kind of coming to a realization and then they're at the end, that's kind of where they get to the Lake of Tears. You don't think it's
going to be like a body of water at all?
Like, I'm not sure if it is or not, because they've been, I mean, unless if it's going to be the village, it would have to be at the village settlement or whatever that little, place where the totems are at. That would be the only one I could think of, unless, I mean, I don't know where else there's another lake. Ethan went to the Brundles. That's not it. And I thought he's already been down to the lake at the settlement, right?
Yes, he's been there before.
So he didn't seem like
probably why he wants to hitch a ride and go again with his mom.
Because he seemed as if like, he would, I thought he would have remembered that one and been like, okay, I need to go to that one. But he seemed as if, that didn't matter to him at first. So I was like, okay, well, that's the only two bodies of water we know.
Okay.
And now, again, there could be a random lake out there somewhere.
I think
water is part of it, but I don't know where they're going to put it in at, because Kimono Lady has water attached to her. It's not just the fact that she pushed Elgin into the water. It's the fact that when she comes back to him, he's with Tilly in the dream, in her hands, and she's like walking up to him a little bit, and her hands are all dripping with water or whatever. Like she gets water dripping down. So there's something with water. I'm just not sure if it's going to be a full-on lake, but it could be, because
I think it might be underground.
That could be.
Victor did indicate that water is creepy.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know if it's a lake like the Brundles, like the one at the settlement. Like, I can't see it because they seem like they've kind of traversed a lot of that. And Ethan's been at both of those. They didn't seem to trigger it. And if I'm thinking like, okay, a story, and what did he say about the Lake of Tears originally? That's why I got to go back.
He said that
he was talking about the fairies.
So Norman got killed. The monster scratched Norman, and Julie is who said that the fairies are coming from the Lake of Tears. And then she said that the fairies couldn't get there because the cuts are too deep. And the cuts are too deep. He's bleeding out or some shit.
Right, yeah, Norman's dead. But the fairies were coming from the Lake of Tears. But what did he say? He said no. What did he say to Julie, though? He was like, no, but they're coming. They're going to be able to save him, right? So who are the fairies if they're coming from the Lake of Tears? And again, if what Ethan said this episode about the story that he was telling was not just a story, it was real. The monsters, everything he said about the Lake of Tears was real.
Yeah, I think he's experienced it before and he's remembering that. I think it's being unlocked. I'm trying to
figure out like what is the Lake of Tears that the fairies would come from, because even in like fairies and stuff like that, and like I'm gonna have to rebrush up on my Fae mythology and see if there's anything, because I'm trying to think if there isn't. It's going to be not an actual lake, but something more magical than that, because we got the rainbow sky. reference as well.
Mm-hmm. I think they're in the rainbow sky.
You think that's where they're at now currently?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're in the rainbow sky because the Chromanaku gives the Lonely Dragon gives the Chromanaku the map.
No, it gives the monocle. Or wait, does it give the
Lonely
Chromanaku?
The Lonely Dragon gives the Chromanaku the map.
Yeah.
From the cave to find their way home through the map of the rainbow sky.
So what is the map? Who is the Lonely Dragon?
Jade and Tabitha are the Lonely Dragons. I mean Jade, I meant say the Chromanakus. Jade and Tabitha are the Chromanakus.
And what is the map then?
The map is the symbol, and the map was the bottle tree paper.
And who's the Lonely Dragon?
Tien Chen was the Lonely Dragon for Jade, and Victor was the Lonely Dragon for Tabitha.
But what map did they give them?
Jade, Victor gave Tabitha the picture of the bottle tree that was the faraway tree, so she could get out.
I like what MG says. The map is the Peach Truck map.
See, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking Victor was the Lonely Dragon in the Peach Truck map, but I couldn't figure out then, like, if there was two Chromanackles, what Jade got.
Tabitha said in episode 3 that there'll be two Chromanackles.
And I was trying to think of what map that Jade actually got. Yeah, he got the symbol, but he still has it like.
And Ethan's called the Chromanaku.
It wasn't like a map. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was a map, he damn sure ain't following it too far.
Ethan has referred to the Chromanaku as a he and a she.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a he and a she are the Chromanakus. And the Lonely Dragon, even Tabitha is twirling the bracelet, and she said, "I'm just looking at this piece of Lonely Dragon's treasure."
Mm-hmm.
She says that. So she's pretty much saying Tien Chen is the Lonely Dragon. Before anything, she knew about the symbols, Jade, or any of that. And then Tien Chen gives Jade the book from the same place where the Lonely Dragon's treasure came from.
Mm-hmm.
So Tabitha saying that there'll be two Chromanakus means that Jade is going to be one of them. Tien Chen is one. And Tien Chen is the name of a Dragon Ball Z character.
Facts.
That's a fact. Tien Chen is the name
Tien
of
Chen,
a
my
Dragon
boy
Ball
with the third
character.
eye. He
Yes.
got the third eye. Yep.
Yes. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I think that those are the Chromanakus. However, we don't. Also, the Chromanaku story starts off with a cat laying in the meadow, and Jay got the cats on his shirt.
Right.
And the cat plays the fiddle. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. He's a fiddler that came into this place with a guy named Toby, and was the one that discovered the roots. And when Toby came in the clinic, they said, "What's your name?" He said, "Toby." Just like Kuta Kinte from Roots. It's crazy. I did a video about it that I dropped today. Go check it out. You got Jim Crow. The creator of Jim Crow's name was Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas Dartmouth Rice. So I think that they definitely dropping these little like lore from outside the world, like because the Grand Gulagog sounds too much like the Gollywog. The Gollywog.
Yeah, I remember you talked about that. Way back when.
So it's like they definitely have been dropping these kind of notes on that kind of reach back and forth from, inside the lore.
Right.
Because the Gulagog and the Chromanaku aren't real books.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, like made it for the show, which is fitting if those were the stories that he was reading and somehow that becomes part of this place or something. That's going to be interesting to see.
I had a theory a
But
long time ago. I heard somebody say it on Teflon's last live. One of the lives, I think it was live where Acosta popped up on there. But somebody said that the dead people turned into crows. I've been said that shit. I said that was like one of my first videos. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, the crowmen. I was like the crowman Aku and all of that, and even the boy in white. One of the pictures that Miranda drew, she made the mouth into a crow.
right. Let's see what the rest of you guys think about the Lake of Tears, because I'm going to be wrapping it up here.
Okay, yeah. What you think about the Lake of Tears, baby Clay? We ain't really have a chance to build.
Oh no, it's cool. It's cool. I know she's trying to wrap it up. I mean, I think the Lake of Tears.
Sorry,
is,
I accidentally pressed the button. I thought I canceled myself out.
No, it's definitely like a meaningful waterfall. I think we'll see a waterfall somewhere down the line. That's just my theory. I think it's symbolizing people crying, people suffering, and somehow they have to find this quote unquote Lake of Tears to get people home by boat. That's just my theory. You know what I'm saying? I ain't.
Do you think we'll get it this season?
No. I don't think we go. We might get a piece. Like it's going. We might get a cliffhanger lead into the Lake of Tears. Just
like they kind of figured out a bit or something at the end.
Yeah,
leave us for the ending.
We'll definitely
to
get into
out.
season 5, but yeah,
right.
Yeah. I think we're gonna see it like more at the end of season 4, and then it's going to continue from season 4 to season 5.
Okay. Well, I feel y'all on that. I'll let y'all go. I appreciate you for having me. This was dope. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
we love you, Reel.
Oh, love you too. You know, I'm always down to rap about some From. I got some time. I'll definitely swing through. What's your next stream?
Friday night, we are going to do Friday Night Fever, and it'll be an open panel. So the chat can come in and give us their thoughts and theories and let us kind of know what they're, give a chance to open it up for them. And then Monday night, we do our content creator. So it's like I usually do Mondays and Friday nights, and then Dana does the pre-show on Saturday.
Oh, that's dope.
Yes, I expect you to come hang out for my birthday.
What's your birthday?
My birthday is May 24th, which is episode 6, and we're going to be streaming the day before on the 23rd. Gonna have a big birthday stream.
Okay. May 24th.
Doing some giveaways.
Whoop, whoop.
Okay, giving away on your birthday to the fans. That's what's up.
Yes.
Yes,
We got some more t-shirts. We have some more stuff from Nick. I'm working on getting the talismans here, which Nick just finished. So we will be doing another talisman giveaway. I know Baby Clay's going to have his giveaway coming up. We still haven't figured out what we're going to do with James's stuff yet. That has yet to be decided. So look out. And then we have another giveaway coming up on the finale on Scarlet. So we're giving away a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, so you guys want to make sure to sub to everybody so you don't want to miss out. Hey, Dana and Nick, they put together some good stuff, and I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it.
Third shift lurker, you are a May 24th baby. Yay!
Hey, that's so dope. Who's out? Hold on, let me see the chat real quick.
Yep.
Oh, Del Senior's still out there. What's good, sis? We got Bill Chill in the building. What's good? Daryl Seymour is here.
All kind of
MG Merkin in the building. Who else in here? I see a lot of familiar people out here.
We got a lot of folks in here. But yeah, again, we'll be back for sure Friday night for Friday Night Fever. It'll be open panel for you guys, and then after
Friday. I hope I can swing through on Friday. I know I'll be going live on Saturday, but I hope I can swing through Friday.
Oh, yeah. Again, we'll be back for Friday Night Fever. And then for all of our members, our special members, all of you guys can hang out for the after party. That's right. Fever After Dark. We have some nice, fun things set up for you guys. And again, let me know what clips you want. If not, if you don't come up with some From clips that we haven't already gone over, I'm going to come up with my own. And you already know I got Randall in my sights. We're going to go ahead and show off Jade just because it's funny. I'm possibly going to get old Jim Boy back in the day. May he rest in peace, getting tangled up in the sheets because me and Dana find that hilarious. I got a bit
hilarious.
It is great. I got a bit from Vic that's not From related, but it's a small, quick little. It's fine. It's going to be fun for everybody. And then, of course, if you guys, the greatest part of all, you don't want to miss out is on how can a clam cram in a clean cream can. We're going to have an educational tongue twister for you guys.
Okay.
we go nut. We have fun on Friday Night Fever.
Shout out to Summer Girl down there. I see you down there.
What's up, Summer Girl? But what
in the chat?
You know that's
so
all
yeah, we will
got going on.
definitely be have some fun for the members, and then Monday or Saturday night we'll be with Dana for we're getting ready for the episode. So you guys will be able to hang out with us live as we watch the episode. We will not be streaming the episode, but we will be on our own devices on Dana's channel, hanging out and giving our firsthand kind of response to the episode. You get to hear us live. Go, oh my God, oh no, what? Poor Randall. They took him away again.
Dulcinea, are you going to be doing the episode again in Reels? Because I know as soon as I saw you put that up, a bunch of people popped into our chat, and I just directed them over to your Discord because I knew that Dulcinea was streaming the episode because that's something we didn't do. So if you're going to do it again this Saturday, just let me know, and I'll make sure to tell the people who come in if they're looking to watch the episode.
Yo, so somebody said about Widow's Bay. Widow's Bay is fire. I want to do some content on Widow's Bay.
I haven't checked it out yet.
Yeah, I haven't checked it out yet.
Oh, you gotta check out Widow's Bay. It's real.
I'm waiting to have time with my husband.
Yeah, I don't have any time.
Hey, that's a good one to watch with the husband for sure.
I've been promised him I wouldn't watch it without him.
Yeah, that's a really good one to watch with your husband. It's really funny. It's funny. It reminds me of From in many different ways. The symbolism.
Yeah, Captain Shriver actually was one of the first ones that suggested it to us, and he said it was a good something to pick up on after
last week they dropped 2 episodes to start it off.
We'll see.
And it was perfect. And now they've dropped the 3rd one, and it's on point. You gotta watch it.
We'll see. When I get a chance to, I'm gonna check it out. I was gonna say, Baby Clay, what you got going on before you dip, man? What you got going on?
Shit. I'm gonna break down like I said, my Lake of Tears video and the symbolism behind it, and it's just a little theory video. And I'm not gonna do a breakdown video this week. I'm just gonna wait till episode 4 because I know that that's gonna be like it's going to set the rest of it's going to set the tone for the rest of the season. So I'm not going to do a episode 3 breakdown. I'm just going to skip right on to episode 4 because I know that shit is going to be crazy.
Yeah,
so I'm saving all my shit for that. And so just make sure y'all be on the lookout for the Lake of Tears 3 video. But yeah, appreciate y'all for having me, man. Good night. Nice talking to you, Real Jame, Dana. Y'all be safe.
Bye, honey.
See you later, brother.
Well, we want to thank everyone for hanging out tonight. It's been fun. Again, we'll be back Friday night for more. We'll dive into it even more with you guys. But until then, be safe. We love you all. Have a good night, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.
Bye guys.
The man in yellow, quite a calm and violent fellow. What's with the stick, the dress and the case? Do any of those things get you out of this place? From vile nightmares, mystery haunting. Is he dear?